Hollywoodbets Pro20 series time, and it's part of a doubleheader with the men's CSA T20 challenge a little bit later on. Got the two captains alongside me, Zintlagula and Annika Bosch, and Mr. Ryan Hendricks looking smart in his number one stay. Mr. Hendricks, going to Annika to give a toss for us, please.
It's
The and it's a tail, so Annika won the top. What you got? Why?
First, we think that if there's anything in the wicket, it'll be early on. I think the wicket will just get better as the day goes on, and yeah, generally a good chasing ground.
A lot of rain, obviously, last night and into the afternoon yesterday. Probably sort of influencing the decision to make your decision first.
Yeah, definitely with the moisture around and with bowling first, it'll be up front and early on in the day.
I'll take you back to a couple of weeks ago where you could have really pressed on the advantage after bowling well. The batting hasn't really come to the party at times. How much are you looking forward to putting a complete performance with both bat and ball today?
Yeah, hopefully it all comes together today. Really, and speaking a lot about the season so far and all the way to the end. I think you'll have games.
I see a lot of your international team side.
Yeah, there's a few changes. Sune's back, and yeah, 1 or 2 other changes as well.
Play well today.
Cool, thank you.
Initially we were gonna bowl first, but then Chakova trades we're gonna have a bat first. It's okay, yes.
Looking at the surface and of course the opposition, how excited are you to be able to come from Oudtshoorn and come here against quality sides that have internationals like this?
It's very exciting, especially with the facility. Everything about it is perfect, and having internationals also part of the game. It's going to be a very exciting game. It's going to push the girls a bit. Been working very hard, so it's going to be a very interesting game.
Similar season to the Titans, where you could have closed off a couple of results towards your side. How are you also excited to put in a complete performance and get the win today?
We definitely want to come hard today because, like you said, we wanted to complete, especially with the T20s. We're looking to at least have our first win today, so we're definitely going to come in through today.
Your own form, been really bowling well?
Yeah. I've been doing what I can for the team, pushing very hard. I've been working really hard, and yeah, I'm very excited. Any
changes to your side then?
Just one change today. Ruby Vodia Yekile is not with us today, and then Giselle Abrams is going to be part of the team, and then we have Aneri Jackson back also on the side. So yeah.
Play well today.
Thank you so much.
So news from the centre is that in this Hollywoodbets Pro20 series, it's the Fidelity Titans who've won the toss and they're going to be bowling first.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, on behalf of Cricket South Africa and the Titans Cricket Board, we wish you a warm welcome to SuperSport Park this morning for your Hollywoodbets Pro20 series match between our Fidelity Titans and the six-gun Grill Garden Group Badgers. News from the middle is that the Fidelity Titans have won the toss and elected to bowl first. When I met you in the summer, so my heart beat sound. We fell in love as the leaves turn brown, and we could be together, baby. The skies are blue. You act so innocent now, but you lied so soon. When I met you in the summer.
Ja, cái gì? Ja, ne saa ajahtaa vai no?
Ja, me kyllä suoraan noin. Ja, kan du inte se på att det var den du gör?
Jag kan höra det jag går.
And please welcome now onto the field our two on-field umpires, Centurion and Mache.
now still stable, still stable. That's good, that's good.
How are you?
Yeah, stretchy say, that's stretchy say.
Yeah, soon. Yeah.
Two opening batsmen for 600 Golden Group badges, Kayakazi Mata and Giselle Seviers.
Ya bulan na.
And to get things started for the Titans from the pavilion end of the ground, opening the bowling, Masabata Class.
For now, it's stable, arrivo. Sino sa ako di, sa ako di so di ko di kuno na ano kan di minto sa bala bala di transmit telewo na mo. Ay so ba di na transmit telewo di na mi di. Remember gano vor bloga di tava esta bo na. It's something is on somewhere. Mas coranda.
Welcome to SuperSport Park and the first ball of this Hollywoodbets Pro20 series match, but delivered by Masabada class for the Fidelity Titans up against the six-gun grill Garden Route Badgers. I'm Ken Borland, and alongside me, it's a very big welcome to Mandula Magavani.
Friday, normally off schedule because we have this on a Sunday, but why not start the weekend on a high here with the Titans and the Garden Route Badgers?
Two dot balls to start by Masabada class, who's bowling to Nadine Mudley, the former Protea. It's a double header here at SuperSport Park. Of course, the Titans men are playing the Hollywoodbets Dolphins later today in the men's T20 competition, a vital game in that competition. And Mudley has got that away for the first runs of the game. And it's a big weekend, though, on the Highveld for the Hollywoodbets Pro Series with the top of the log clash down the road at the Wanderers tomorrow, and on Sunday, 50 over game, and then a T20 game between the DP World Lions and World Sports Betting Western Province. Unfortunately for these two sides, this is a bottom of the log clash in the Pro20. The Titans are in 5th position and the Badgers in 6th, both winless so far. Nicely worked by Kayakazi Mate, also behind square on the leg side for her to get off the mark. But Pendula, there's a lot of quality in these two sides, a lot of Proteas in action, and especially for the Titans, getting a lot of Proteas back.
Watching one in operation right now in Masabata class, a couple of deliveries, just trying down to the leg side as well.
Oh, that's nicely bowled by Class. Better line. She started just outside off stump and got 2 dot balls and then a couple of deliveries, as you said, Pendula, just a little bit too straight. That one was just perfect, though. Just outside off stump, forcing Woodley to play and shaped away nicely.
This is what these ladies now for the Garden Rouge badges are going to have to face, that quality bowling that we're speaking about. Masawata Class is going to be here bowling. Louise Marie Marks also going to be in action, also plays for the Proteas.
That's going to be the first boundary of the day, just a little too wide that time from Masabata Class, and you can see her frustration, and especially because it's the last ball of the over. One never wants to concede a boundary. Last ball of what wasn't a bad over.
Just a little bit too short as well from Class, but it's the width that's just a little bit too much. Regardless of who you are and the class that you have, you still have to land the ball in the correct areas. Otherwise, the batters will feast. 6 for no loss here for the Garden Rouge badges. And at the bottom of the table, still a chance for them to climb their way somewhere up to the top, because you never know what the top 10s are going to do. They play an away and a home and away fixture, so that means there's 10 games to be played throughout the season. The Garden Rouge badges are playing their 5th. The Titans, though, are playing their 4th. So if they start a winning streak right now, you never know how high it can send them up to the table.
Well, we are heading towards the halfway stage in the women's domestic season, so now is the time really for both of these teams to get on the winning trail if they want to be in contention for the Hollywoodbets Pro20 title. Elise Marie Marks. Oh, and very nearly. Yes. No, she hasn't chopped on. It was very close, though. And Elise Marie Marks very nearly striking with her first delivery.
It's the quality that you're going to face. Like you said, both these players, Protea players, Liz Marie Marks, hitting a nice line. It's very full. Mate just stuck on her feet there, not really fluid enough in her stroke play, just throwing the bat at it. You're asking for trouble if you're not getting your weight or somewhat of your body behind that ball. So she gets off on strike. Nadine Woodley, she's cut away Class. So Marie Marks here needs to be actually on target, because she's seen the moment she moves anywhere away from those stumps and there's width, you might ask yourself for trouble since there's no one in the deep point.
Well, I think that previous line wasn't too bad. It certainly cramped Mate a bit. And Marks also hits the deck hard and gets some awkward bounce. Oh, that's a bit of a wild swing across the line by Nadine Woodley. Another inside edge just past the stumps.
That extra bounce you're speaking about. A little chuckle and smirk there from Liz Marie Marks signals that she's happy with what she's found. And from here, it's important that she just remains consistent on that line and then that length and keep these opening batters in a pickle where they have to release. Catch it. A little bit too straight at that time, a little bit too short. It allowed Mate to play that pool. But at least there's protection right over there, stock standard field to start off the innings.
Yeah, slip in place, and the other boundary rider is at fine leg. Otherwise, there's a mid-on and a mid-wicket, and then a ring of 4 offside fielders with a third man as well. And that's nicely pulled away from outside off stump by Mate. Second boundary of the innings.
Really dragged that away from that off stump, and she pulled it across the line of the square. Sometimes you have to be effective. A couple of balls ago, she was really stuck on her feet. That time, she shuffles across and straightens that line of the ball. She really crosses that line, sends it to the square leg. It's well played from Mate.
Yeah, it was good footwork, and Marks things to think about in terms of her length, maybe allowing the cross-batted shot. Maybe needs to pitch it up a little bit more. by Marte, but this is just going to be a single to fine leg.
Really relying on that back foot. It seems like all of her strokes are coming from that back foot, regardless of the length. If she gets low and she's able to play pretty well, if it works, it works. And so I think her first two deliveries against Marcia were perfect because she's just full enough. Somewhere around there, she's just full enough. If she just puts it a little bit fuller than that, she's somewhere in the money because Motley got herself into trouble shuffling down the crease. But nonetheless, she ends it with the dot ball. It's going to be 13 for no loss.
So a good start by the Garden Route Badgers, sent into bat and boundaries in each of the first 2 overs. Enterprising stuff by Nadine Mutley and Ayakaze Mate. The Badgers have lost all 4 of their games in the Pro20 series at the moment, which is in stark contrast to their 50 over form, where they're actually top of the log. So just a bit odd that their white ball fortunes have varied so much between 20 overs and 50 overs.
They'll be happy that they're competitive somewhere between the 50 overs and the 20 overs. But of course, you want to ensure that your form is consistent throughout the tournaments that are there. You want to fight for all the silverware that you possibly can. Luckily, there's no promote. Oh, there is. So at least they're fighting for one of the championships.
Masabana class. It's cramping Marte nicely. I'm a little surprised that Class doesn't have a slip, given that in her first over we saw at least one ball shape away really nicely. The close-in fielders, well, there aren't really any. Everyone's just 2 leg side fielders are a bit in from the ring, the rest are on the ring. Skied up in the air. Wicket keeper in business, taken by Teboko Masheke.
That's first wicket down. Carla Zimata was looking to pull that delivery. She's been playing everything across the line of her body. That time she just gets it wrong from Masabata Class's delivery. Understanding ball was going exactly to where that slip would have been, but not in the way that they would have anticipated. Almost bumping into each other, the short third fielder and Deborah Macheka, the wicketkeeper, but luckily enough, wise to let the lady in the gloves to do the work. It's 13 for 1. And it's in comes a new Anna-Marie Dirksen at number 3.
Anna-Marie Dirksen, one of the members of the Proteas Women's World Cup squad that did so well to reach the final of the World Cup. Dirksen, not the greatest tournament for her personally, so she'll be eager to put that behind her and get a lot of runs in this women's domestic competition. Island series coming up, of course. Proteas women as well. Ironically, that delivery that got the wicket of Kaya Kazimati was definitely short enough to pull, and she just made a hash of it. And well, Pendula, you called it that eventually swinging across the line at everything would be her demise, and so it proved. So Protea to Protea here.
Even though she might have had a little bit of a timid tournament, she's incredibly brilliant, Anna-Marie Dirksen.
Nicely timed right from the outset by Dirksen.
She has that clutch gene about her when things are really tough. She can come in and just play out an innings from out of the blue, but right now, at least the situation is not too bad. 13 for 1 after 2.5 overs. Ball is coming onto her. Nice pace from Masabata Class. Just get the singles ticking in the start of the innings.
Slip is now in place. Nicely bowled by Class. Yeah, Dirksen actually went into the World Cup in very good form, though, didn't she? So just one of those things. I think sometimes batters go through a little patch where things don't quite go right, and You obviously hope it's not at a World Cup, but it happens.
And actually coming back to this field, we're having the slip in place. It was a clear tactic from Aneka Bosch and the Titans on working Kayara Mate. They had two mid wickets there stationed next to each other. They had a fielder down at deep square leg and a fielder down at fine leg. 5 fielders on the leg side.
Bottom edged into her foot, maybe not bouncing as much as she expected, Dirksen. A few anxious moments there.
Taking them at a strategy as well. She did play a very good boundary for 4 and get 2 runs. But because they saw that idea, they packed that leg side heavily. 2 mid wickets, a mid on, deep square leg, and now they're putting that deep square leg there as well because they saw that pull shot. So they're saying, pull that ball, go ahead, take the chance if you are going to survive.
Wilson has timed a couple nicely this over, but has picked out fielders. End of the third over, a successful over for the Fidelity Titans, 13 for 1. I suppose Kayakazi Marti didn't look as if she was about to unfurl a drive outside the stump. So fair enough not having a slip, but we know that Henry Dirksen can drive. She can play all around the wicket, of course.
And on top of that, it just allows the bowler to have more options for a batter who has more options to play as well. So I think for an Anari Dirksen and for an Dean Mutley, you want to have your slip fielder there. If you're going to push your square leg down up to the boundary, you have to sacrifice one of your offside fielders into that slip cordon in order to at least incentivize the drive. Right now, the Badgers are falling behind, currently at a 4.5 run rate. So they want to score. So just play into that ego a little bit and just have that attacking option, but also put that defensive option in the deep.
Gotcha. Woodley also trying to play across the line. That one would have been too high for LBW. Not about a class. That was a wicket maiden that she bowled her second over. So a great job in just pegging the Badgers back a bit.
See, now that's the pressure that they want right at the beginning of the innings here, the Titans. And so you want to pile onto it with more attacking options.
Nicely bowled by Marks. Woodley just looks a little bit uncertain outside that off stump.
So they have it right here with Motley. They have Sunay Lees. She's also trying to exploit that deep square leg boundary because there isn't anyone there. There's only the fine leg. That's why you see them pull across the line. So from the mid wickets at the end of the square, right down to fine leg, there's an open gap for the Badgers.
Woodley trying to access the offside now, but gave herself too much space. Maybe moved a fraction early, and Mark saw her, pushed it wider.
She has options, Marks. She can decide to bowl it straight. She can decide to go a little bit wider. So now here they're making that fielding change. Only thing I'm tentative about is removing the slip fielder because it's still a wicket-taking option. Sunay Lees has left the slip cordon. She's gone down to the deep square leg. So they're going back to that conventional, okay, you pull me, you play straight, but also defending the offside. So this is where maybe you take one of the cover fielders and you throw them at the slip and you keep attacking.
Oh, that's a fierce delivery from Elise Marie Marks over the wicketkeeper and then over the boundary rope. But 4 very fortunate runs. And it's gone...
Excellent.
Off bat or glove of Nadine Woodley.
It's an excellent delivery from Elise Marie Marks. Right on the money. She was drowning Nadine Woodley. However, she is able to survive and see another ball. Scary stuff. Maybe it might get her feet to be a little bit ginger now.
And a drive on the up, on the bounce. The extra cover.
Even if when you put your fielders down on the ring through the covers, there's 5 fielders on the offside, ranging from your third right up to your mid-on. You have extra cover and you have a cover fielder. Take one of them and pull them a little bit closer to the pitch at least, and make it an attacking option. And I feel it's a little bit safe from the Titans, even though they have a bit of an upper hand. Maybe they're taking it from a let's suffocate you bit by bit and put you into a corner, rather than us taking it away from you. Might be working 17 for 1 after 4 overs. At this rate, they might end up on 90 runs. But do you want that? Do you want the 2 batters to set themselves up and have time? Or do you want to take the initiative and be proactive in your field and in your bowling? Try to get those wickets away from the Badgers. Time will tell after 4.
Yeah, it's always a balancing act, I think, in T20. Obviously, the best way to restrict the run rate is to take wickets. But in the power play, you're also wary of over-attacking and allowing the opposition off to a quick start. First bowling change for the Fidelity Titans. And it's Angel Ngwenya who has been the pick of their bowlers so far this season. 5 wickets in the 2 matches she's played, 3 for 22 and 2 for 8 were her returns. And one of only 7 bowlers in the entire competition to take 5 wickets so far. A good line to start with, maybe a fraction wide. Ngwenya joined the Titans from Mpumalanga this season and has made an immediate impression.
It's always good for them to start off and show that they belong. A new player in such a competitive environment as well for the Titans. Want to ensure that you stomp your authority, and she's done so well. And how better would it be if she gets one right now?
On the full, driven nicely by Dirksen through the covers for 4 to get her underway.
A little bit overpitched. Not a good delivery from Ngwenya. It's also a half volley. It's wide. So Anne-Marie Dirksen, a player of that quality, that's just a little bit criminal. Asking for trouble. Got to get the surface into the game. You saw how well it worked for Liz Marie Marks. She got some good bounce, a little bit of movement as well. Even for Masabata class, she was beating the bat quite nicely, so you want to use the surface at the start. Maybe just loosening up her body here.
Yeah, Ngwenya at her pace is definitely looking to get the ball fuller. That was just a bit too full. That's a nice length. Nicely driven there by Dirksen for 1. Just wide of point.
That's the stuff, and the fact that they still have that deep square leg in the picture means that they are allowing her to bowl at the stumps. Seems like the ball is shaping slightly into the right-hander as well. So she started off quite a bit off. That one pitched. And if she is going to bowl that fuller length, works for now. But if she does bowl that fuller length, apart from that, the mid wicket also comes into the picture, because at that slow pace, ball doesn't come as quickly as you think to the batter. It might pop to the mid wicket, might get an extra wicket over there. But now they're pushing that deep cover into the boundary and pulling in the fine leg. So a little bit protection onto the covers.
Oh, goodness. Woodley was labouring a bit to get to the other end. director. It might have been interesting.
Playing against Masabata Class, who has one of the better arms. Plus right onto her strength. Real quick reactions from Class. Luckily she makes it home, Woodley.
Right. Thumped by Dirksen, but straight to mid-off to end the 5th over. 23 for 1. And we're going to have a commentary change as Pilasanda Sinkava joins me.
Yeah, good morning, Ken. To everybody that's tuned on to our broadcast this morning. Of course, this fixture was originally slated to be played on Saturday. How lovely is it to have a double header? Hollywoodbets Pro20 series at the CSA T20 Challenge. Started relatively well here, the 6-gun Grill Garden Group batters.
Marks is going to bowl a 3rd over.
Yeah, it's a big day for some of these players. Can, of course, Elise Marie Marks back into that South African ODI side. It has been recently announced. So they would want to impress. She started well here also. 1 for 11 in her 3rd over now, so looking really sharp. Also hitting some really good areas, Elise Marie Marks.
She, Elise Marie Marks, whenever the Proteas play on the subcontinent, where the World Cup was, seems to be the player who misses out as the extra all-rounder. Obviously a pace bowler, and she generally plays here at home where conditions suit pace bowling a bit more. She hasn't had the greatest domestic season so far, so she'll be eager to find her best form before the Island Series.
It's away on the leg side just for the single. Yeah, of course, her attributes totally suit South African wickets. So just trying to find a bit of consistency in her bowling, Elise Marie Marks. I thought she really bowled well against the Lions at Sinovich Park and CSA in that Hollywoodbets Pro20 series match a couple of weeks ago. Just needed to click consistently, that is, for Elise Marie Marks. It's a good one, really good. She's mixed up her lengths as well.
Dirksen is quite tall, and she had to get the head down quickly there. Elise Marie Marks. Sometimes it goes that way for bowlers that they don't get the rewards that their bowling deserves. I mean, they might be averaging 40 or whatever, but they've actually bowled a lot better than that. I mean, and maybe sometimes the lack of wickets can also mean that a team identifies them as the threat in the bowling attack and plays very conservatively against them.
Good. And also, in a side that's also a little bit underdone in terms of their batting. Some performances go under the radar because look at the Fidelity Titans' best sort of suit this season. It's been the bowling. But because the batting hasn't really come to the fore, some results don't go your way, and therefore some individual performances fly under the radar because of how the team is doing. Then the same for Elise Marie Marks, where she's really bowled well, probably hasn't had the rewards that she would have wanted. But it's also overshadowed by some really, really poor results. But that's a nice shot from Annemarie Dirksen.
Up and over to end that Elise Marie Marks with the boundary. 28 for 1.
A couple of times now, the Badgers have managed to connect the boundary off the last ball of the over. They're always irritating for the bowling side. End of the power play, 28 for 1. The Titans will be reasonably happy that they've conceded less than 5 to the over. And the Badgers will be happy that they've only lost the 1 wicket. So this is an interesting bowling change. It's the leg spinner, Gabriela Sequeira, who has represented the Portugal national team already. She's only 16 years old, and I quite like this. Get the leg spinner in while the ball is still quite hard, and she can hopefully get a bit of bounce.
Yeah, it's also the final over of the 6-over power play, so it's a very interesting sort of ploy. In fact, it's after the power play. Straight after the power play, the spin always introduced. Also one of those bowlers that bowled well against the Lions up at Sinovich Park. Gabriela Sequeira. Strong, that's her game. If you pitch it up to Anna Derksen, almost inevitably you're going to disappear over your head. One bouncing into the fence.
Just slightly overpitched by Sequeira, and well, it's going to be a tough learning school. Just 16 years old, and unfortunately at this level you get it slightly wrong like that, and batters of the ability, international batters like Anna Derksen, will put you away.
You got to stay away from that hitting arc. Got to really try and stay away from that hitting arc. Anything full, she'll recognize. Anna Derksen, mid on now. Drop to long on and long off. Finds the gap. This one too will run away to the boundary. 3 consecutive boundaries from Anna Derksen's blade.
Well, it's an unforgiving venue, this, for spin bowling. And that bad delivery from Sequeira, a fraction short, and Derksen, that sweet timing of hers, beating the infield. And then the rope is, well, 15 meters in from the regular boundary, and it just runs away so quickly for 4.
But this time it's through the legs, misfield. That'll be 4 consecutive boundaries. Well, after a really good start, the Fidelity Titans are letting it slip. And it's Anna Derksen who's putting the pressure.
Well, you've got to back up your spinner in the field. This is really not acceptable. Okay, she is on the edge of the square a little bit. But, you can't allow the ball to go through your legs like that. And poor Gabriela Sequeira is under enough pressure as it is. She could have done with a drop ball there.
Much tighter now.
Really looks so good there, Peter.
That looked like it just went on with the arm, that one. Slightly cramped up Derksen. Oh, hurry! Oh, the gather would have had the batter in so much trouble. End of a very productive over, though, for the 6-gun grill Garden Route Badgers. 42 for 1 after 7.
Well, on that occasion, I think Simone Lawrence at point there did very well in the field. Good gather, quick throw. And unfortunately, keeper Masheke couldn't gather. That would have been interesting. But an expensive first over for Gabriela Sequeira. It's been a tough learning school for her as I said, just 16 years old. And earlier in the season, she came up against another Protea in Faye Tunnicliffe from Western Province. Splashed 100 against the Titans. And Shakira went for 50 runs in her 4 overs on that day, which has been the most expensive figures so far this season. But I know Coach Pierre de Bruin rates her highly and is excited by her.
So Nelis. Bit of off spin now for the Fidelity Titans. Yeah, Gabriela Sequeira, she won't be too disheartened about those things, even though she's so young. Coming up against quality batters in the likes of Faye Tunnicliffe. She learned from that. Faye Tunnicliffe also now back into that South African side at both ODI and T20 squads. Important overs these for Sunelis.
And it's nice for Sequeira to be playing with Sunelus. Sunelus, of course, began her career as a leg spinner. Gave it up a couple of years ago and then switched to off spin. So she'll be able to, she'll fully understand the difficulties bowling wrist spin.
Playing around with the field now. Reinforced the offside when Derksen was on strike. Woodley with the reverse and just the spin taking it away. From short third, it's a long chase. It's slowing up. Hauled in just before the boundary. Good running though from the Badgers batters. Come back for the third.
Well, Titans fielding at the moment is costing them runs. And yeah, it did spin away from Simone Lawrence, but those are the sort of things you have to be alert to in the field, especially when a cut shot is played.
Oh, another one. This one is costly. It was an easy gather and throw back into the keeper. Instead, it's gone through the legs for 4. Oh my goodness, this is not good if you're a Titan supporter.
Oh, come on. 50 up for the Garden Route Badgers of 47 deliveries. 9 fours in that, and the 9th one was an absolute Christmas present.
End of the 8th, 50 for 1. Need to pick themselves up here. Fidelity Titans started really well, restricting 6-gun grill Garden Route Badgers in that 6-over power play. After that, there's been error after error, especially in the field. It's given Anna Jackson a really good start here. 27 from 21 deliveries. Nadine Woodley a little bit more circumspect in her accumulation of runs. 16 from 20.
Well, it certainly won't be for a lack of preparation or training in terms of the poor fielding, because Pierre de Bruin is arguably fielding coach is his area of greatest expertise. He helps the men's side with their fielding. Speaking before the game, he spoke about how he wanted the intensity to be really up for this game, and unfortunately so far in the field it has not been the case, as Paulina Mashishi comes into the attack.
Yeah, they've just lacked a little bit of that competitive edge with Fidelity Titans so far in this season. Lapses in concentration. It's a beautiful cover shot. Absolutely precision from Nadine Moodley through extra cover for 4. They continue to pick up the boundaries here, the Fidelity. In fact, the Garden Route Badgers. The same length bowled by Mashishi, over pitched but slightly straighter on that occasion when Moodley couldn't free her arms.
Nice idea by Moodley. There's no one behind the square on the offside. And as soon as Mashishi strays outside off stump, you can see her targeting that reverse sweep. Good thinking by the batter.
How are we doing? Damn, that's a cool voice.
She's very keen on playing that reverse sweep. She pulled it out on the second occasion so far in this innings of 20. They're reinforcing that offside. The Titans putting a fielder backward of square on that offside. Four from the first Paulina Mashishi over 54 for 1.
Heading to the halfway stage of the innings, and it's just a reminder of what we will have for you on the Cricket South Africa YouTube channel on Sunday. It's the Division 2 T20 final. The Knights have already booked their place in the final. This afternoon, the Eastern Cape Inyati take on the Garden Route Badgers for the place in that final, and that match this afternoon will also be broadcast live on the Cricket South Africa YouTube channel.
I know who I'm backing, Ken Borland.
I don't need to ask you, Peter.
Yes.
Your border routes, and I suppose I should back the Badgers then, being born in George. And obviously I want to stay in the good books of their CEO, Albertus Kennedy.
Yeah, playing in that second qualifier, those two teams. On the wicket, she might have got an inside edge to that Moodley. Good work at short fine to prevent it going for the boundary.
Suna Luce's bowling will be battle hardened from the World Cup. She did a decent job there with the ball.
Good single. Good running. Really good running. Yeah, her off spin has come in and leaps and bounds. Of course, you mentioned the fact that she made the change from leg spin to off spin. Oh, down the wicket, down the wicket. Difficult for the umpire to give those. So she's still learning the trade of bowling off spin. Sunelise, having been a leg spinner for majority of her playing career. She's doing a really good job for also club and country, so more than handy all-round cricketer. Of course, the best suit obviously with the bat, Sunelise. Hit away. Strongly down to cow corner for just the single. It's a tidy over from Sunelise. 10 done. 59 for 1. Partnership between Nadine Moodley and Annelie Dirksen worth 46. She's 4 shy of half a century of runs. Combined well, they've mixed the boundaries with some really good running as well. Both Moodley and Dirksen. Pendulo Makubane is sneaked in alongside me. Good start, this 59 for 1. You'd want to see them double this or maybe go a little bit more the second half of this batting innings.
Can't complain at 1 run per ball, especially being put into bat first halfway through the innings. And they've made it look really easy. It was that one over from Gabriela Siqueira just after the power play that really bled runs and put them in very good standing, and Annelie Dirksen really punished the 16-year-old. But here they are now. It's overs like that that really continue setting that strong foundation. So now they can work it around like this and wait for another over that they can exploit later on.
Especially with the power of Dirksen still there. You can afford to just milk and go at 6 and over, 6 singles and an over. Still plenty of time.
Ooh, that face very early. Ball nearly popping back to Mashishi. And you speak of a very important point, Pila, the time aspect of the game, where it's 20 overs. It gives you the impression that the game is quicker than what it actually is. And you can work these ones, you can work these twos, but I'm sure deep down inside there'll come a point where they'll want to just start putting a bit more impetus. But for now, probably up until over 12, 13, this is a good rate that they're going at. Oh, it's a quick single. Oh, she was down and out. She was all but out, Nadine Moodley. It's another time that she gets to survive a run out. Risky single to bring up the 50 partnership between these two.
Been some couple of moments between Dirksen and Moodley, between the wickets, that have been a little bit too close for comfort. They've ran well, but on some occasions it's been risky.
Leonie Smith with the stop at mid-off. Long levers. Woodley is down and out. Keeps working that ball down to that long off. And the only issue here is that the ball is going too quickly to the long off, to the long on, so it's constantly singles. Probably never going to get a 2 off Elise Marie Marks anyway. But it's 5 runs off the over. That's a very good return for what seemed like a very easy over, barring that quick run. It's a chance.
Yeah, relatively risk-free. Annelie Dirksen, obviously having recent international experience, she'll know how to go about setting up this innings, especially in the middle overs where accumulation is still so important.
She pulls with power. She splits the gap in half. Beautiful batting from Dirksen. Just wait for the opportunity. A little bit too short from Lees, and it's well capitalized.
She's a tall player, so she'll use the depth of the crease here, and Dirksen going right back onto her stumps. Wasn't that short from Sine Lees? And she made it short because she used the depth of the crease going back and then picking that gap between long on and cow corner for 4.
Much better from Lees. Pulls back the speed and allows the ball to look a little bit closer to Annelie Dirksen. She played it to the fielder that was there, just unlucky to get that single off that ball.
Yeah, excellent. From a coaching point of view, they'll smile at that. 5s and 7s is how you want to accumulate.
Picks that up very well. It's going to be stopped down at the deep.
5s and 7s, of course. Boundary and then a single. It's really good batting.
Oh, that was so close. But the speed is the key here from Lees. It's really giving a little bit of trouble. He floated that one up. Took forever to come down. Good change up as well of speed, wonderful manipulation. And the only difference between this and the first delivery that was pulled away for 4 is that length. That one just a little bit fuller. There's no chance for Dirksen to make that short. Good bowling.
Yeah, it is.
Gets it wrong this time though. A little bit too straight. Woodley has been out there for a while. She'll be glad to receive those. She ends the over the same way it started, Elise. 11 runs. Those are the overs that make it easy for them more and more.
Yeah, quality shot that. She shimmied just down the wicket. Might suspect that Elise saw her coming. Dropped it a little bit shorter, but good adjustment from Nadine Woodley. That gap is not that big between deep square leg and cow corner. If you hit it with enough power, you can get that gap and bring up a boundary. It's great accumulation this from the 6-gun grill garden route badges.
They played so well. That little bit of a shimmy allows the ball to turn into almost a half volley, which you can just swing through the line of the ball, given the length. They're getting comfortable. It's problematic here for the Titans. They looked comfortable a long while ago, but at 62 for their partnership, it's worrying signs.
Yeah, need a wicket here for Fidelity Titans. They need to break this partnership. And preferably the wicket that they would want to get is of Anna Ridaxon. Our national teammates in this Fidelity Titan side would know the danger that she possesses, especially later on in the innings.
Real big issue here for the Titans is their batting hasn't been up to standards for the tournament. The chase was big versus the Western Province, but if one team can get 180, you don't want to fall over 60 runs short. At least get to 20, 30 runs short. It's well picked up from Woodley to continue just their working of singles.
And that's the concern, though. I think that's a great point. When you have a batting lineup that has the potential to really go big, that hasn't fired all season long, this partnership becomes a real concern. Oh, that's beautiful. That is the immense power and potential that Annery Daxon possesses. That's the first 6 of the 6-gun grill garden route badges innings, and it belongs to Annery Daxon.
That's why she's the player they need to get out. Because if they don't, she can take the game away from the best of teams in the world. And Annery Daxon was gentle from Polina Mashishi. She had all the time in the world to adjust, get into position, to throw her hands at it. Wonderful stroke. She's on 46. Fives and sixes, 5s and 7s. That is the old adage. It's beautiful. It's the end of the over as well. 9 runs from it. So now 20 runs from the past 2 overs by the Garden Route Badgers. Danger, danger signs. The players have really settled. 84 for 1 after 13.
Brilliant batting. Brilliant batting. Middle overs are sometimes of a concern for any side, whether it's women's cricket or men's cricket. It's always difficult to try and navigate these middle overs, but this pair of Woodley and Daxon is really good and adept to accumulating throughout these middle overs, finding that odd boundary, but also running well between the wickets. Run rate is looking really good at the moment. Partnership width of 71, so they are in and set.
Here comes Miane Smith. Fresh face, fresh arm, hopefully a different set of results, because it's been a procession here for the Garden Route Badgers and this still in partnership. Now 71 runs between Woodley and Dirksen. A little bit quicker from Smith. Woodley was ready for the run, but it's definitely not there.
I feel like she missed out there. Aneri Jackson is down the leg side. Fine leg is up in the circle, so she could have hit that anyway.
Gets another chance. It's way down the leg side this time from Miane Smith. It's going to be widened from umpire Macheke. And you know, the biggest issue here, another real danger, is the lady who's coming in next for the Garden Route Badgers, Gazelle Cilliers. She's been in great touch, Cilliers. 40 in the T20s, 52 undefeated as well, even though that came in a loss, but she's been the bright spark for the Garden Route Badgers.
And that's why you want to break this partnership. Bring her in with pressure. Yes, she's in form, but later on in the innings, it might be a little bit difficult to get your innings started. It's nicely squeezed that from Woodley. Catch up to it though, the Titans. Good running again. Coming back for the second.
It's tireless. It's so good. They haven't stopped, but umpire Macheke signals a short run. Nadine Woodley not crossing the line, not getting into her ground on the opposite side. So it's going to be just a single. She gets angry, takes it over the top. It's going to be a long chase for Masabata Class. A chase too long. A great shot from Woodley, picking it over the mid-off for 4 runs.
It's a quality shot that from Nadine Woodley. The field is up on the offside. Enough bat on that to get it over mid-off. Outfield here is always lightning. We had so much rain though, but it looks past this outfield at SuperSport Park.
Ooh, almost getting herself into trouble, Nadine Woodley. She really wants to get that gap behind the fine leg who's standing up. She just gets it past her. It's easy boundary. Miane Smith, though, she's bowling a little bit too straight to allow that to happen. It's a wide ball. That's nice from Smith. She appeals. Dirksen is well in her ground, and that's the end of the over. Strong partnership of 79. The Badgers 92 for 1. Very much in her ground there, Anne-Marie Dirksen. Some tunes being playing on the background. We have DJ Ankletap. It's the stadium announcer and the stadium DJ for the day. Not a bad name to have. Facilitating the whole thing here. DJ Ankletap.
It's going to be a lovely day, isn't it? Men's CSA T20 Challenge later on. You'll see a lot of the supporters coming into SuperSport Park. It's always a supported ground, well-supported ground, this SuperSport Park.
It's going to come back for 2 here, Anne-Marie Dirksen. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful reward for her great innings. 50 runs up for Anne-Marie Dirksen.
Showing her quality here, Anne-Marie Dirksen. A Protea coming back into the mix in domestic cricket. She looks determined. She hasn't really realized that she's crossed 50, but these are the kind of contributions when you look to your national players for. I want them to come back and contribute positively.
Hitting the ball hard. It's been timed very well. When they do get their areas right, the Titans, they are able to restrict her, but she keeps on getting the ones, keeps on running well. It's every now and then when they do get it wrong, she's able to capitalize, and that speaks of the class of the batter. The good balls are for runs, the bad balls are even for more runs. Woodley adjusts and shuffles. She creates width, hits it straight down to the fielder. It's going to be a single. Liz Marie marks with the stop.
So they've just complemented each other nicely here, Moodley and Derksen. More aggressive Derksen, of course. The strike rate is always alarming. Chance now. Maybe she's given it away. She has. Smart catch on the boundary by Elise Marie Marks. And that is the partnership breaker that the Fidelity Titans were looking for. After crossing 50, Annery Derksen has to go.
Side result. Live it with herself with that stroke, Elizabeth Annery Derksen. 100% there to be hit. Feel like she closed herself off room when she just took those shuffles down the crease. The ball was there to be hit if she just stood her ground. But after some great punishment from Annery Derksen, hitting her for 14 runs in her first over, the 16-year-old Gabriela Siqueira, she strikes and she wins the battle at the end of the day. Derksen's gone. Problem is, it brings in another danger player, Nizal Cilliers at number 4.
Yeah, just looking at that replay, Derksen might have just come out of her crease a little bit too early. Siqueira spotted that, dropped it a little bit short. Yeah. Smart bowling from the 16-year-old and a smart catch by Marks.
From Cornwall Hill, Gabriela Siqueira. Coach Dion Grace speaks very highly of her. And I mean, if you're a 16-year-old and being selected to play for the team, especially applying the trade of leg spin, which is the hardest of the trades that you can pull off, speaks highly of your talent. She gets Derksen. Now she must bowl to Cilliers. Drops it short, and you know that type of delivery that's drop short and it's quicker. That's normally the type of delivery that the leg spinner gets their wicket from in the 20-over game.
Nothing like a long hop that gets you reward.
Completely must control this time. Nothing like that for the shot though. In full control, Nadine Woodley. She ends the over with a stunning drive. 100 runs out for the Garden Route Badgers. They'll be happy with this. 5 overs to go. 101 for 2. Commentary change. Ken Borland joins us. These last 5 overs speak of the great platform that was set right at the beginning of the innings. Now when they do come into bowl as well, the Garden Route Badgers, they'll be happy that they have the services. The leading wicket taker in Zintle Kula, and she'll be bowling against the team which has been struggling to get runs. So it's worrying signs for the Titans if they can't break this partnership. Those like Raisibe of the Lions alongside Kayla Reiniger. Western, and the funny thing is, the teams at the top, they show why they're at the top. The ladies performing really well. Now the one in the top 5, Angel Ngwenya.
Yeah, I was wondering when she was going to come back into bowl. Just bowled the 1 over inside the power play. Reasonably tidy, 6 runs off it, including a boundary.
It's a good shot. It's a very strong shot from Cilliers. Liz Marie Marks has been doing a lot of work at the long on. She stops it. The only issue with Ngwenya's first over has been the fact that she just overpitched. She overpitched the ball, a couple of full tosses. She couldn't get the line working correctly as well. She's had a good start here. She had very good balls in that over. It's about consistently hitting them. That was the issue. A little bit overpitched. Not well timed from Nadine Mudley. Sabata Glass is going to bring it back from the mid-off. It's going to be 2 runs.
That is off the bottom of Nadine Mudley's bat. Yeah, wow, 40 to the reach. Got 42 runs already. But the timing has sort of come and gone a bit for her. But she's done a valuable job for the Badgers. And now it's all about what they can get to.
Problem, if she didn't get a bat on that, umpire Maciek is not interested in the appeal from Ngwenya. It's bat first. It's going to be a single from the fine leg. And now, the conversation we were having right at the beginning during the power play. First, you get a wicket, you have the team begging for runs, going at nearly 4 runs to the over during the power play. And you just feel like the Titans at that point weren't aggressive enough. And now they're getting punished. Ngwenya over pitches again. It's a fantastic shot from Izal Cilliers. She needs no invitation to pull that over square leg for 6.
Well, Izal Cilliers is certainly a dangerous player. As she has shown already this season. It's a mighty blow from the 27-year-old. She's the 4th leading run scorer in the competition so far this season. Reaching 50 and a half this campaign. 2 of her 4 innings have been not out. So she's been a good finisher for Badgers, and that's what she's looking to do here again today.
Has to take cover on Pamacheke, but it's mistimed from Cilliers. Really putting the pump on Ngwenya here. But that's the platform that has been set. Over 100 runs, you still have 8 wickets in hand. You still have the services of Janse van Rensburg, Mecca Derrida, Julia Hall. It's a very compact side here for the Garden Route Badgers. They pick it up over the top from Nadine Mudley. They're really starting to pump and accelerate. Masabata Glass with a great chase down from the mid-off. She covers it at the deep cover. It's going to be 2 runs. Mudley, 45. 16 overs done. 114 for 2.
So 4 overs left for the Southwest Districts team. And they've got a great platform thanks to Nadine Mudley and Annery Dirksen. 114 for 2. I suspect they'll be wanting to try and get to 160. That 160 mark. That's just 46 runs in the last 4 overs. Wickets in hand, it's certainly doable. As Sune Lus will come back into the attack to bowl her final over. She's gone for 24 in her 3, 11 off her last over.
They're going to need more of that. 10 runs to the over to get to 160. It's going to be a hard total to chase down for the Titans. They're going to need hard running here between Mudley. She's going to be in trouble. She's going to be in big trouble. She falls short. She falls short. Umpire Nomsa. Jam shares that Nadine Mudley didn't make her ground. She falls short on 45. Great fielding from the Titans. Great awareness from Sinelis.
Nadine Mudley has struggled a little bit between the wickets in this innings. It's a good flat throw. And she's nicely broken the stumps. Others may disagree, but I think Nadine Mudley was well short there.
You can't make it. She's been playing with fire. But Masabata Klaas has been the fire in the field. She's been stopping everything, chasing down everything. And finally, her efforts bring a wicket. It's a key wicket of Nadine Mudley, who was looking to go into the attack. She was absolutely running for her life, Nadine Mudley. She's been running for her life throughout the entire innings, 45 from 42. But it comes to a close, Ken. This is how it came about.
Yeah, at this stage, you've got to try and turn those ones into twos, but it's a very good throw. And Sune Lus does well too, doesn't she, to gather and get the ball back onto the stumps, just beating the dive of Nadine Woodley.
Catch chance. Liz Marie Marks ups to stop the runs. Another chance for a run out. Zalcilius this time makes it 2. It's getting interesting here at SuperSport Park. They need to go on the charge, but going on the charge might bring wickets.
They've got wickets in hand, so it's worth it. The Badgers take a few risks, try and maximise the balls remaining.
Or risk too much? No, it's not. Liz Marie Marks was taking a couple of steps in, a couple of steps to her right. Couldn't judge it closely. It's not easy. It's going to be 4 runs for Zalcilius.
I think Marks just misjudged this a bit, actually. I think it was better struck than she expected. If she had stayed back a little, it'd been a more comfortable catch.
Big hitting from Cilius. It's real big hitting. Not good enough this time. She was trying to execute more and more and more. But straight into the grasp of the fielder. It's going to be wicket number 4 falling for the Garden Route Badgers. 121.
Well, it was a nicely judged catch to remove Julia Hull for 6 of 3 deliveries. And then nicely, Annika Bosch seemed to spot that one early, got it nicely for the rope, nice and calm, always in a good position, and no fuss in completing the catch. Sune Lus, a wicket. The second wicket in the over.
Zalcilius losing her wickets. Julia Holt is still there.
10 games.
She was going big as Zalcilius. Now Zintlekula. She's in. And she does a good job. Just bring in the batter who might be scoring the runs. Julia Hall now, it's on her to start getting the runs.
This place looks proper. It's nice. Very nice. You guys don't say it. What is this? It's really fun. Shot.
Down the ground from Julia Hall.
Shot.
Over the boundary from Julia Hall. This is very good. It's going to be on her to start putting the impetus. And she sure does to end over number 17. There's 3 more remaining. 126 for 4.
Nicely down the pitch from Julia Hall. Striking at 106 so far this season in the Pro20 competition. So she's also been a good source of quick runs for the Badgers. That's what they need now. There's 3 balls remaining, 3 overs remaining. It's a Masabata class, posting excellent figures of 2 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 6. Will no doubt come back and bowl the 18th and final overs from the Henops River end.
Very much the pick of the bowlers. Masabata class, maiden wicket in her first spell, only going for 6 runs in her other over. Shields gonna need to keep it that tight as well here to restrict this Garden Badgers route team to anything close to that 150 mark runs. And thing is, it's the wicket that's going to bring you back and restrict the run scoring. She bowls to Zintlekula here, Masabata class. She starts off straight, halfway down the track. Masabata class and Julia Hall strike each other. It's going to be a dot ball though. That's the important thing for the Titans.
Not sure why Zintlekula turned down the single here. Julia Hall was certainly Maybe Kuna got put off by collision between Klaas and Hull, but that would have been Hull's problem, I think, not Kula's. She would have been okay at the bowler's end.
Ooh, now she thinks there's a single. Oh, the communication is a little bit problematic. I think in that first ball also, Zintlekula was just caught a little ball watching. She was just tracking where the ball is going to go rather than finding where her partner is. With this delivery, she just played it and trusted that her partner was going to run. But that was not the case. Still ball watching the ball, still. That is much better from Gula. Into the pocket. It's going to bring Hall back into the strike.
Been a good return to the attack for Masabata Klaas. Such an experienced bowler. Real mainstay of this Fidelity Titans team. And straight away, just settling on a good line and good length as well. Not too short. You don't want to be too short here. They're also not over pitching Klaas. It's a good length she's found. There's a long on the boundary, a deep mid wicket, a deep backward square leg, and a deep cover.
Oh, she goes to a stock standard delivery. She was bowling very straight to Zintlekula, just targeting the stumps. Julia Hall, of more skill, goes back to a stock standard delivery, and it works.
I wonder if she saw Hall move a bit early, and always difficult to get the paddle away when the ball is in bowled straight at you.
Shuffles across. It's well played. They're thinking of two. Do you want to take on the hand of Miane Smith? They don't. Keep it to one. And now it's all about boundaries, and the easiest way is to just hit through the line of the ball following you, which is just pulling the ball away because it's coming straight. The fine leg is up in the circle. So if you play it behind and through that fine leg, it's more likely going to be a boundary. It's been the case the whole day. Just rolls her fingers through it. It's going to be a shot at the stumps, and Zintlekula cannot make it home. Well, it was the last ball of the over. It means Kula would have been on strike. She runs for her life. But it's not enough. And that's the end of that stay. 128 for 5.
Well, it's a great piece of fielding, this, by both the fielder and the bowler. As we see a very slick, quick pickup. And Masabata Klaas was so quick as well at the bowler's end to break the stumps. It's an outstanding 18th over by Masabata Klaas. Just 2 runs off it. And at 128 for 4, just 2 overs remaining for the Badgers. Suddenly we said they were targeting 160. They might struggle to get to 150 now, which makes a big difference.
I'm just wondering, why did they go and take the run? Why did they take the run? It's the last ball of the over. You want Julia Hall to be on strike. It is such a risky single. Hall was not taking it. Annika Bosch is absolutely rapid. She has already taken a catch, and now she's responsible for a run out. I think just a lack of awareness. Now the new batter who's coming in, Nicoline Janssen van Rensburg, she's on strike now with 2 overs to go. And she has to deal with the least marks. Not good for the Badgers.
Marks' previous 3 overs have gone for 16 runs, so this is her last.
Just going to play across the line. Almost splitting the gap of Sunelis and Annika Bosch. It's a quick run.
That's good running.
And it's very good. They make their ground. A couple of these will go a long way. Might even reach that 150.
Janssen van Rensburg, we know, can hit along more. Julia Hall as well, strikes at over 100 this season.
That's well bowled. More of those are going to restrict them. You don't want to take number 2. Smart decision not to. But when you're not finding the boundaries, you go for the ones and go for the twos. But with 5 wickets in hand, you said it a couple of balls ago, Ken, they have the base, they have the wickets, might as well go all guns blazing now.
It also just shows you what 1 over can do to change the entire picture. Ooh.
And we saw a couple of overs with the bats from the Garden Rouge Badgers. The 14 runs against Gabriela Sequeira, the 11 runs. I think it was 9 runs versus Paulina Mashishi. There was another 11-run over somewhere in between there.
So yeah.
That 30-run over in those 3 overs makes a big difference. Now they might get wicket number 6. It's going to be a huge chase. Miane Smith cannot make it.
Running.
And still, the awareness to just keep running is fantastic. Julia Hall, she's going to be on strike now. It's very good running. Absolutely fantastic awareness. Now that's the danger. That's the spot they've been looking for all these overs. The moment you just drift to the legs, there's no one in the deep because the fine leg fielder is up. It's going to go for 4.
Well, that could ruin what's been a good over so far from Marks. A full toss on leg stump. And with fine leg up, it's exactly where you don't want to bowl. A bit of momentum now into the over. 10 runs off it so far. 2 balls left.
Going to come back. But really a lot of runs in the over. Just kind of almost undoes some of the work that was done by Masabata Glass. Kept it so tidy. But there's one more ball remaining. They're 138 for 5. A score that the Titans haven't been able to score anywhere close to this season as yet. And Liz Marie Marks says, if you miss, I will hit. Julia Hall misses. And Liz Marie Marks strikes the stumps. Wicket number 7 at 138 with a single over to go.
Marks ends his spell with a wicket. Julia Hall gone for 11 off 7 balls. Couple of boundaries in there, so a useful little hand by Julia Hall. It's good bowling by Marks. Keeping it on the stumps, you miss, I hit.
11 runs for Julia Hall. 7 balls, you take that return. There's still 4 more players coming in to play. And it's a SA player who has SA colours. Mika Derrida coming in for the Garden Route Badgers. Sabata Glass though, she has it on a string. She's bowling real good.
Yeah, Mika Derrida played 3 ODIs and 2 T20s for South Africa.
She comes in under fire. Janse van Rensburg is going to be on strike. Class. Bowling with absolute class. The accuracy. You spoke about the length, Ken. She's neither too full nor too short. And it's that awkward length where the batter doesn't know, do they go forward, do they go backwards? So they find themselves not really getting the timing of the ball well, not getting into the shot well. That's why Glass is just on top of every single bowler. It's that hard length that she's hit that's so difficult to land on.
Her accuracy has been excellent, her control.
That's why she's going at under 3 runs to the over. Look at that, just tightening it up. The square leg needs a lot of work to do. Miane Smith is going to be quick to cover. Just going to be a single. She can keep this to a single digits over. She'll be very happy with her return.
And so will her team. Anything under 150, I think the Titans will credit themselves with bringing it back well here in the death overs. They were looking at 160 plus not too long ago.
Brown pulls it down to the legs. She needs to be quick.
Running.
Shy at the stumps. Not good enough. It was a good try though. They make it home. Melina Mashishi standing at the Sean Fine leg. She goes deep for Derrida. Oh, if she hadn't gone deep, that would have been a catch. But maybe that shot was not going to be played. It's going to be a single at the deep fine leg.
Well, mid-wicket was up in the ring for that delivery, fine leg back. So perhaps a better option for Derrida would have been on that line trying to clear mid-wicket rather than the scoop.
Well, she looks to clear the field at a backward square. Not clean enough. Miane Smith has been called into action several times now. Good over from Glass. Single for each delivery. And there's one more to go.
Well, is Micah Derrida good enough to hit class 2 covers? There's a gaping gap over extra cover.
Well, she goes to the mid-wicket. No timing. Because the class over was that classy. And her entire spell. A stroke of genius. 4 overs. Only 14 runs from Matabata Glass. The maiden wicket to go with it. She almost got another one when the ball was hanging in the air. But she has been brilliant. But that's 144 for 6. It's all thanks to the great contributions by Marie Dirksen and Nadine Woodley.
Yeah, Woodley and Dirksen put on 83 for the second wicket in 12 overs and 2 deliveries. Nadine Woodley, the opener, 45 or 42 balls. Henry Dirksen really looked good, 51 or 43 deliveries when she was caught on the boundary off the leg spinner, Sequeira. And after that, the batters fed away a little bit. They probably should have got 160 plus. But there were useful hands from Giselle Cilliers, as you see there, and Julia Hull. But the Titans will be pleased with their bowling, particularly in the last 5 overs.
Matabata Glass bowling absolutely brilliantly. Look at that economy rate. 3.5 runs to the over. Little bit shocked that Polina Mashishi didn't complete her spell of overs, going at just a run for ball. She's a real quality spinner. Liz Marie Marks also trying her best, but the wickets. The wickets, Gabriela Sequeira, the 16-year-old. Sine Lees also getting one, but that economy just a touch expensive from both. And only 3 extras. Extreme discipline from the Titans. But it's the batting that's going to be putting questions here for the home team. Will they be able to do it? They're going to need 145 runs to turn this into their first victory. They already have a draw, the Titans, in their very first game, which was tied. So now they want to convert one. We will return after this. 145 to win for the Garden Route Badgers. Excellent contributions with the bat, excellent contributions with the ball. The second innings is going to contribute to your entertainment. Stay with us here on Cricket South Africa's YouTube channel as the Titans ladies will be chasing down 145.
Nice, guys.
Welcome back to SuperSport Park as we see the Fidelity Titans ladies openers coming out to bat. They've got a target of 145 to beat the 6-gun grill Garden Route Badgers. After a very interesting first innings here, Titans won the toss and sent the Badgers into bat. Alongside me is Pilasada Sikaba. Pila, Titans reasonably satisfied at having 145 to chase?
Yeah, good afternoon, Ken. I think for the personnel that they have, the Fidelity Titans, they'd be happy chasing 145. Sunelise opening the batting, having come from the Proteas World Cup. Lots of firepower in this Fidelity Titans side. So 145, it'll make them smile, but this season hasn't gone well for them chasing. So you look at it and you say, it's a good total to be able to chase, but they haven't been able to do so.
Lucien Swart starts a bit short and wide, and Sunelus. Oh, goodness, no. Well, we saw that sort of fielding early on in the Badgers innings. The Titans did tighten up in the field later on. But that is just the worst possible start in the field for the visiting side.
Yeah, it's a freebie, really. First ball, the bottom edge from Sunelise, all the way to third. It's a simple pickup again. We've seen that before from the Fidelity Titans, where there's a simple pickup and through the legs and then into the boundary rope. Second ball's a no ball, so it'll be a free hit, yeah.
If you're a Badgers coach, Vaynant Doretta, this is probably your worst case script. Boundary first ball due to a simple misfield. Second ball, a no ball, free hit coming up. Sunelus on strike. I was going to say it's going to be crucial for the quick scorers in this Titans team, like Sunelus, like Annika Bosch, to really get stuck in here. And Lus has an early chance to set the tone. Oh, did she not realize it was a free hit?
That is very bizarre. It's absolutely bizarre. I think she's also questioning the umpire. Was it a free hit? Was it not? She's just plonked it back to the bowler. My goodness.
Oh, was it edge? Badgers are very excited. Certainly a sound, wasn't there? So now just getting into a little bit of a tangle there. Perhaps her mind's still on the free hit. The ball's been given. Oh my word! Well, it's taken a long time for the decision to be made. Sunay listens off without any sign of disagreement.
This is a very bizarre start to this run chase. I don't think she's happy also. She's marching back down to the dugout. She did signal that it came off her pad. It might have, It might really have, Ken. She's marching up the stairs. She's not happy. Sunelise. It took a very long time to get to the decision.
Yeah, Fancy just did his back leg. And, well, fortunately the replay ends there, but it certainly looked like umpire Masheke was saying not out, and then, well, there was a change of mind. But a massive breakthrough for the Badgers, turning around a bad start for them with a massive wicket. Sunelus gone for 4. Mirne Smith is the new batter, also a Protea. Kura Andro, by the way, is the other Titans opener.
Yeah, very, very bizarre start. I just wanted to look at umpire Macheke, her reaction to the appeal from the 6-gun Rural Garden Route Badgers. It looked like she did nod her head, but the finger didn't go up. whether she was waiting for Sunelise to walk or not.
I have to say, I'm not a fan of umpires not giving signals. You know, I think for everyone concerned, you want to make it clear and obvious. Not a big fan of waiting for the batter to walk. The batter walks, great, good for them. But as an umpire, I think if your mind's made up, you need to give a signal. Not least of all, commentators appear relying on that. As Lucian Swartz, the first over, comes to an end. It started poorly, a misfield for 4 and no ball. But she's come out of it very well indeed. Just 6 runs and the big wicket of Sunelise.
Yeah, here it is again. I think you won't see the reaction from the umpire. That definitely flicks the top of the pad or the inside thigh pad from Sunelise. Badgers were convinced that it nicked the bat. Umpire took her time to be able to give that decision. It's just a bizarre one. Andreu and Smith, really good. Zintlekula, been really good this season. She's picked up some good wickets for the 6-gun girl garden route Badgers. Captains the side also, so plenty of responsibility on her, not only from a captaincy point of view, but also taking wickets in the power play.
She is the leading wicket taker in the Hollywoodbets Pro20 series so far. 9 wickets, an average of just 9.44. And her figures are 5 for 21 against Western Province in Oudtshoorn. Western Province, of course, the defending champions in this competition. And she really upset them. Those are the best in the season so far. And that time she's just too wide. Other side of the wide line that time. And umpire Wukadiam stretches the arms. Might have been touch and go for a while as well if Smith had left that. Kula has the slip in place. Boundary fielders are fine leg and third man. Oh, that's a wonderful blow by Mia Smith over mid wicket for 6.
Oh, what a prodigious talent this young batter is. That is a sumptuous shot. Picked the length so quickly did Mia Smith. Maybe just a shimmy down the wicket as well, meeting the ball as it bounced. Hoiked it over cow corner for 6. This is a super shot. Really good. Into the line of that delivery from Zintlekula. There's no stopping that, even though the boundary is brought in here at SuperSport Park. That side is always the shorter of the two. What a wonderful strike. First 6 of this run chase.
Good batting that she fancy that she was outside off side when she hit that. So if she had missed, she couldn't have been out LBW. Very unlikely to have been bowled with her body protecting stumps. She just had to hit it well enough.
Be fair to the game. You need to walk.
And, she certainly hit it well enough. More than well enough. One of the best strikes of the day, Peter.
Pretty shot that, really good. What's also good about that is that her head stays still. Even though she's moving into the line of the delivery, her head remains still.
You need to be fair to everyone.
Again. Oh, beautiful batting this from Mia Naismith. This is what the Fidelity Titans were lacking in this Hollywoodbets Pro20 series. From a batting point of view, that kind of impact goes a long way. 6 followed up by a 4.
Well, Kula sticking to her method of keeping it just outside off stump. But the top batter pressure. There's going to have to be some changes. Long on goes back, slip comes out. We'll go into a from a square leg position. Better length. Second over.
Facing just the single delivery, but all the pace that has been the first 2 overs of this run chase.
Through the comes by 20-year-old experience around this. Showing what she's all about here with this very nice cover drive.
Nice, it's square as well. Offside field is up. Fast outfield, even though there's been heavy rains previous days, it's still fast enough here. Just get it past the inner ring. Rolls away to the boundary for 4.
There's plenty of space on the onside because there's a ring of 5 fielders on the offside. Just can't get that square enough. There's a fairly straight mid-wicket in place. Well, cut off the single there. Top edge, it's going to go over the wicket keeper though.
Trying to be a little bit cute there. Going for the lap.
Sure, it was entirely necessary. Space on the leg side. Clip with the toes, maybe. One leg is square. See the swats. Two bowlers.
Solution swat.
She's only 21, but I know he's a rookie.
Mangungu Oval.
Into the attack now from the pavilion in Kakakazi Martin.
Have the ability to pick up wickets this side. It's been the bat that's been a little bit of an Achilles heel. There's probably a theme on these two sides. It explains why they are in the positions that they are on the log in this format of the game. Struggled a little bit to get over the line with the bat in hand, but with the ball, very, very good.
Malta has taken 4 wickets in her 3 matches so far this season in the T20 competition. But edgy from Mia Naismith. But totally safe, no slip in place.
They're a little bit happier today about their batting performance. The 6 Golden Root badges. They were looking really threatening to go 150 plus. Just at the end there with the experience of Elise Marie Marks and Masabata Katz brought it back for the Fidelity Titans.
Actually bowled by Monte, getting down to 3rd man. And the Badgers were 115 for 2 after 16 overs. So in the last 4 overs, they only managed to score 29 runs and lost 4 wickets. So I guess with that sort of platform in the last 4, you're looking to go 10 probably. Fortunately, they could only just go a sliver over 7. But credit to the Titans because they bowled well at the death and their fielding as well took a big step up. Oh, nicely struck. Good bit of fielding by Dirksen, but unfortunately she cannot prevent the boundary and she's also hurt her hand to add insult to injury.
Yeah, struck fiercely by Mia Naismith. Needed a firmer hand to be able to stop it from going to the boundary. The end is just a partial one. Did well though, the Daneri Dirksen to get that down and try and prevent it from going to the boundary, but it struck firmly enough from Smith to get yet another boundary for her.
Oh, beautifully clipped off the toes. And a 1 bounce for Mia Naismith. And just apologies for the wrong field in the previous delivery, which was Isel Saliers, not Henry Dirksen. But Mia Naismith is off to a very good start here. 20 off just 12 balls now.
This is the kind of power play that they needed in this run chase, the Fidelity Titans. 2 straight. No protection there. It's an easy shot. 1 bounce into the fence from Mia Naismith. Kind of power play that you need when you're chasing something that is sort of a middling total.
Back boundaries for Smith. Can she end this 4th over with another one? I think she can. Over backward point. The field is going to have to do a good job here, but she cannot. The outfield is so quick. Pretty much every time you clear the inner ring here, you're going to get 4. So 3 boundaries in a row to end the 4th over. It's 37 for 1.
With on this occasion, outside that off stump, Ree's arms easily, Mia Naismith. She knows she's safe if she hits it in the air because of the fielders up in the circle. Restrictions, they allow for that kind of expansiveness from Mia Naismith. It's a beautiful shot. It's a great over that for the Fidelity Titans. Of course, going at 9s and over at the moment in this power play, which is a really good start. Partnership was also 32, so it's very good. Bulk of those runs coming from the blade of Mia Naismith.
They're already ahead of what the Badgers managed to score in their power play. Badgers were 28 for 1 after 6 overs. So there's 9 and 2 overs left in the power play. As Nicolene Janssen van Rensburg is into the attack.
It's It's important here at the SuperSport Park to be really tight in your lines and your lengths. Such an unforgiving ground where it's so difficult to defend. That's what Anneke Bosch spoke about at the toss. Difficult ground to defend.
On a drive on the up there. Under there, a bit ambitious. And so van Rensburg seems to bowl quite a heavy ball.
You gotta be really sharp when you're trying to defend a total. It's a good enough total, this 145.
Especially against a team that hasn't got near to 145 yet this season in the T20 competition. So confidence in the Titans batting lineup will be a little bit low. So yeah, we definitely feel that the Badgers can defend. Total of 144. They would have liked more, sure, but definitely not out of the game. Oh, a little bit up actually, but just wide of the straight mid wicket, and that will run away for four. It was nicely timed by Pura Andrea.
Yeah, I saw the mid wicket go a little bit to her left, thinking in anticipation of that ball going a little bit straighter. Andrea did really well to get the wrist work on that delivery to take it to the right of that fielder. Once it bounced and skipped this well-manicured surface at SuperSport Park, there was no catching up to it. Excellent shot.
The other thing about batting second is that it's been a lovely hot sunny day here at Centurion. Oh, misfield just got under the fielder's hands, and that's going to be another boundary for Janssen van Rensburg, just slinging that one down far too wide.
Two sides of the wicket at the moment. The Badgers. Previous delivery was too straight onto the pads of Pura Andreu. This time it's outside the off stump. Easy at the moment for the Fidelity Titans. They're getting free deliveries to be able to put away. The constant changing of the field means that the defending side is under pressure.
Grey leg back in the ring, and Cow Corner on the boundary now. As I was just saying about another advantage of batting second with the sunshine and the heat taking away the early morning moisture there was. And, also maybe just quickening up the pitch a bit, making stroke play a little bit easier. As 5 overs have come to an end, the Fidelity Titans are racing along at 45 for 1 and racing into position. Going Peter Sikabe will be Pendulo Makubane.
He's taking his time. He's not completely racing into this chair, Pendulo Makubane.
Well, it does take me a while to vacate the premises. I always overstay my welcome.
It's a lovely ground, this family-orientated ground, SuperSport Park. You can bring your camp chairs, you can bring your beach towels. We'll be pumping for the Pretoria Capitals during the festive season at the Betway SA20. Yeah, Pendulo Makubane has finally made his way into the seat. It's a good start, this 100 needed.
9 runs to the over is absolutely a monstrous start for the Titans. You would think that losing a wicket up front was going to tip the scales a little bit for the Golden Root Badgers, but it seems as if it just added a little bit of spark for the Titans, and it really helps that Mia Naismith just came in and fitted like a glove.
Attack, that's the most important thing. Henry Derksen. Final over of the power play. This also a very important one for the 6-gun grill Garden Route badges, not to concede too many. I mean, this is already very good partnership and power play for the Fidelity Titans, 46 for 1. Oh, Kula did really well to get there, but couldn't stop it. Boundaries are flowing here for the Fidelity Titans. It's the one that belongs to Pura Andreu this time.
Also brings up the 50 runs for the Titans. Gula covered the distance going on to her right, but it's such a brisk outfield here at SuperSport Park. She got to the ball, covered the line, just dove over it. Such is the power through the shot. Now she just overcompensates here, and Jackson can say it was there to be hit from Pura Andreu, but she just lets it go. This partnership now paid up 45 runs. The most worrying thing is that they are scoring at 2 runs over their actual intended run rate. So they're getting 2 runs more per over than what they actually required. And it's because of this. Whenever they get a boundary, they come back, they score the runs, and they keep running hard. It's problems for the Garden Route Badgers. They're facing their own medicine here.
And especially when you've posted a middling total, you need to keep picking up wickets. I got a big one of Sune Lease in that first over. But you got to continue to put pressure, and the only way that they are going to put pressure on this really dangerous Fidelity Titans batting lineup is to keep on getting wickets. That's gone wide for Mannery Jackson. So this partnership is a great foundation for some of the more dangerous players still to come. Annika Bosch is still to come. Simone Lawrence still to come. So lots of batting. So you have to be able to pick up wickets on a consistent basis. Short. Oh, that's gone off the helmet. Unfortunately for the Fidelity Titans and for Pura Andreu, it's deflected and gone to the boundary. We'll have to get a medical check here for a possible concussion. It was a quick delivery. One that just glanced off the helmet and gone for 4. It's end of the power play, and a very good one. 57 for 1.
Count herself unlucky there. Anna Jackson, superbly bowled. But when it's going your way, it's going your way. That brings up the 50-run partnership as well for Pura Andreu and Meane Smith. Put on 52 from just 35 deliveries. It's that rate of scoring that hurts so much. And even though those will count as 4 leg buys because it just came off straight from the helmet as a bowler, you can't help but feel like those runs count against your bowling, even though statistically they don't. Both these teams working so hard to come out from the bottom of the table. At the end of this day, unless if we get a tie like the Titans have experienced, one of these teams will have a W under their name. Western Province, the Lions, the defending champions, Western Province, showing why they are the defending champions. They're not just winning, they're winning with also bonus points. They are absolutely crunching it up. It's a great contest, this Pro20.
Yeah, cricket. That summer of cricket time, isn't it, Bendulo? Final of Division 2 T20 Challenge. Sunday, Mango Bloemfontein. The Lion wait. The Knights, who will they face? Eastern Cape Inyati and the Badgers. We're still playing in semi-final or playoff number 2. That's today, right? So plenty to play for in Division 2. We're on a quest to put on some valuable points in a bid to be promoted to Division 1 the following season. All those 3 sides.
The Knights will be happy that they've made it to the finals. That means that they've accumulated almost all the points that they need. You're also going to need to perform in the T20s. You're also going to need to perform in the 4 days in order to get back to Division 1. And all these other teams surely don't want it to be a night Tuskers every single time. So Inyati, they'll be wanting to show the Eastern Cape doesn't only have the Warriors. Here's Nicolene Janse van Rensburg.
A proud region that also. Lots of cricket and rugby talent coming from the Eastern Cape. One of the sides up north and some of the coastal sides in Division 1 filled with players who originate from the Eastern Cape. Great province. Just absolutely brilliant province. Pendulo Magubane. Allow me to gloat a little bit.
It's always good. We actually saw it with the Dragons and the Lions. The Dragons now have twice over beaten the Lions in the 4-day and the T20s now. It's always good for the development of the system when you see the team that was once under a union now being able to compete and actually beat that union. Think of the Tuskers and the Dolphins, Dragons and the Lions. And so you want to have that regional rivalry, just like Paarl and the Western Province now have. When you go to Boland, you're going to get good cricket. You go to Western Province, you're going to get good cricket. So it's good for Inyati that they are stepping up. They are showing that they are here.
And there's plenty of talent in that region. This is nice from the Fidelity Titans. That power play, strength of that power play allows for Andreu and for Smith to be able to play in the fashion that they are now. An over after the power play, just knocking it around. 4 singles at the moment. Easy accumulation, lots and lots of space on that onside. 3 fielders patrolling the boundary.
I think there were a couple of deliveries as well. Maybe they accumulate to about 2 to 3 overs where the Garden Route Badgers batters were looking every single delivery to try and go behind square, go behind fine leg, and try to manipulate the space that's there. Compare this to what the Titans are doing. They're playing each delivery on its merit. They're not trying to do anything too extravagant, and it's working really well for them. See a shot like that, the Garden Rouge batter player would be trying to paddle it over their shoulder. They'll be switching around, going onto the offside to try and access the leg side. And so this is smart batting from Nate Smith and Pura Andreu. Over number 7, they need 84 from 78.
I think, although they're still young, Pura Andreu and Miane Smith, they have to remind themselves that the bulk of the heavy lifting is being done in that power play. It was a really strong power play. What they need to do now for the next couple of overs is to knock it around, lay a platform for themselves to be able to take it deep. Also for some of the batters that are still to come, it's still a long batting lineup, there's still plenty of wickets in hand. So for them, it's to make sure that they don't lose their wickets unnecessarily here and pass on the responsibility to the next batter. Kiara Fisher with some spin.
We saw that worked really well for the Garden Route Badgers, that partnership between Dirksen and Moodley going for 85 runs. It wasn't a brutal partnership. It was the measured batting, working in 5s and 7s when the boundaries are there, meaning you hit a 4, the next ball you get a 1. You hit a 6, the next ball you hit a 1. And all of a sudden, the accumulation of these overs start to hurt. And once the partnership has lasted for about 6-7 overs, you can then start laying loose. Because that's when the bowling team, great fielding, awesome. That's when the bowling team now tries to manufacture a wicket from out of nowhere. And that's where you can capitalize, because mistakes start to happen and then runs start to flow.
Good start this from Fisher. She hasn't left the stumps. Pace is also going to be important. And she bowled at Kiara Fisher. Don't go too quickly. It's a very good surface. She's changing the line of attack now.
It's very good. Compare it to Sinead Lee's overs. You can compare them directly, where it was rather short from Lees. Sometimes a little bit quick. You've got to try it in the back end of her spell, though. This is exactly where Kiara Fisher is starting off, looping the ball up right into the face of the batter. And most importantly, she's not over pitching the ball.
In the gap. The first sign that she's given with Kiara Fisher. Miane Smith is good enough to be able to capitalize and cut it away for 4. Ends what would have been a really good over, 66 for 1.
Wasn't much wrong with that delivery, to be very honest, from Kiara Fisher. But what was good was the footwork from Miane Smith. She was able to open up that offside. Ball going across her. Just shifting that front foot, waiting for the ball to come to her, played it very late. Sign of her playing good touch. Miane Smith, she moves to 31 from just 19 deliveries.
Yeah, that boundary also just, it gives calm to these two batters. It's a good little message now from Miane Smith to Pura Andreu. Not to get frustrated because she's not getting any boundaries on her end. Just keep knocking it around. Still accumulate. Still very much well ahead of the rate. So you can afford to slow down a little bit, but knowing that you can accelerate later on in the piece, you have the talent, you have the ability to catch up when necessary. So it will be really important, this partnership and the communication between Smith and Andreu.
And that's the thing. The over before from Kiara Fisher, even if it went for 1 run, even if it was a maiden over, you still look at the game situation, that it's going to be good. Look at the space that they have to just turn over these runs. If they play that in between the fine leg and the deep mid wickets, that could even be 3 runs if they run hard enough. And so when Fisher is tightening it up, they can still score from the other end, because that Kiara Fisher over is the only one that really felt like it's a little bit of a threat to the batters.
Almost through. Andreu there.
I'm not liking the energy behind her batting right now, Peter. It reeks of frustration. You just need to also show that I'm here. 25 from 29 is not bad if your partner is on 32 from 20. If anything, you're playing the perfect foil. Nadine Mutley's 45 was also at just over 100. So this is good. She must never feel frustrated. Understand what her role is. She still has power players to come. What she needs to do is just preserve that wicket, wear out those bowlers, wear out the ball, and get that equation favorable as much as possible.
Yeah, very much ahead of the game here. Good over from Nicolien Janssen van Rensburg. Just the 4 singles from it. 70 for 1.
We always take a look at the Duckworth Lewis Stern pass score at the end of each over.
No.
Just to assess where it would be. You're not even speaking about the rain. Look, it's a beautiful day. But you just look at that DLS and say, if it were to change or be gloomy and the game stops now, Are you ahead of the rate or are you behind the rate? Right now, the Titans are on 70. The past score was 61. So they're still 9 runs ahead of the game, and that speaks of the actual required run rate. They are scoring 1 run ahead of each over. And so if they continue playing like this, they might win the game by the 19th over.
It's wonderful. It's a great point. Because that's where you judge if you're ahead of the game or not. So that'll be the message between these two batters out in the middle. We're very much ahead of the game. See the idea from Mia Naismith. She knows that the offside field is up. So she's trying really hard to get to the pitch of the ball and going inside out over extra cover to get that boundary.
In dead center of the field. So there isn't a thing of I can target this side, it's going to be shorter, I can target that side, it's going to be shorter. It's perfectly measured. So each and every stroke and each and every run that you play must be worked for. And Kiara Fisher is making it really hard because she's been neat right from the start.
She's giving no pace at all to work with. Oh, now then, fielder takes it. That's what they didn't need, the Fidelity Titans. It's Mia Naismith, caught brilliantly by Isel Cilliers. And this is the partnership breaker that the 6-gun grill garden route badges needed.
See, from a couple of balls ago, she was looking to go against Kiara Fisher. Then you question which bowler do you attack? Do you attack the bowler that's looking to be on top? Because Kiara Fisher has been just that. Oh, questionable. And she hits it straight into the hands of Isel Cilliers, who too had a great day with the bat. Not the wicket they wanted to lose. Smith with some good impetus, 34 runs. Now it's 72 for 2.
I was just making the point a couple of deliveries ago. You could see what she was trying to do, Mia Naismith. Get down as quickly as possible to the pitch of the delivery and go up and over the offside. The problem with no pace on the ball from Kiara Fisher is that you can easily close the face on that delivery very early. And that takes it to either long on or long off. That time it was long on.
The fact that there is no pace like you spoke of means that you need to generate so much more force. Even going down the track, which gives you that momentum, wasn't enough. These are really good speeds. And the only way you can generate speed through the ball is by hitting it to exactly the field that she set.
Annika Bosch has come out at number 4, Fidelity Titans captain.
On her day, she can be a handful, Annika Bosch. A real handful. She's been on quite a bit of a lean patch. This might be a way to just play herself back, especially with the Ireland series that's going to be starting soon. And alas, because of that, the squad has been released and that lean form shows that she's not there. Pakistan is going to be around the corner, starting in February. Can she play herself back into that squad, having traveled with the World Cup? These are the moments that you play yourself back in. Ken Borland joins us back in commentary.
Well, it just feels like a bit of a soft wicket. Buttons going along so smoothly under row, and Smith having put on 67 for the second wicket. Just a little bit unnecessary, it felt like, by Mia Naismith. Here is Janse van Rensburg, and Bosch unfurls a beautiful cover drive. Nicely fielded though on the fence, just for a single.
It was looking really good, Ken. That partnership just had everything under control. But then they did not convert it right until the very end.
Just pulled away for the one again.
So now Annika Bosch must come in. Like you said, hasn't been in great form. She must work herself back here. Still has a lot of time though. Halfway through the innings, that partnership has laid a very good foundation for the Titans ladies to try and continue playing in the form that they've been doing so far.
Mistimed by Bosch, but she'll get one out of it. Yeah, Pura Andro now needs to. She's been going along fine, 28 off 32 balls, but it was Mia Smith who was really setting the pace, and perhaps now Andro just needs to step it up another gear, just to allow Annika Bosch to not feel under pressure to score at the start of the innings. Dragged across for the single.
Whenever she's tried to go into the attack, she just hasn't looked comfortable, Ken. She's been hit on the head a couple of times. She's mistimed a couple of deliveries. And so if she tries like she did in that previous delivery, it's as if she tries a little bit too hard to hit the ball out of the park. And at this moment in time, the ball is coming in nicely with the pace. The outfield is lush, it's good, it's quick. Try maybe to use that to your advantage rather than brute force the ball when it's been giving you problems.
Credit to Nicoline Janssen van Rensburg as well, because she's come back really nicely with the ball. Nicely just tucking up. Bosch, bit of movement back into the right-hander. Janssen van Rensburg went for 8 in her first over, a couple of boundaries. And since then, she's conceded just 13 runs in her last 3 overs. So a very good effort by the seam bowler. 4 overs, none for 21.
Her work on the other side was so well complemented by Chiara Fischer. You can't help but feel like that partnership between the two of Janssen van Rensburg and Fischer, tightening up on the Hennops River end, tightening it up in the West Lane end, that both Andreu and Miane Smith, for about 3 overs, were getting put into a corner. They just wanted to play themselves out of it. That's where Miane Smith lost it to Chiara Fischer, who's now bowling.
Lovely bowling by Fischer. Bosch took a charge here. It just wasn't quite there. A little bit of dip from the spinner. Formerly of the Dolphins, Chiara Fischer. Joined the Badgers this season. Nicely pulled away that, and hard work on the boundary. Excellent work down at deep backward square leg by Lucien Swartz.
Incredible effort. That was well hit by Annika Bosch. She went down into the line of the ball. Last-ditch dive from Lucien Swart. Absolutely beautiful work. It's what you need.
Dropped catch, struck firmly by Bosch back at Fischer. She got a lot behind it, and it just popped out. It was very firmly struck.
Danger signs for the Garden Route Badgers. You can't get her out now. She's starting to make good contact with the ball. Annika Bosch, she starts doing that, and with her running, she's a handful.
Turning down. Oh my word! Andreas just kept coming. Bosch very clearly, said no to the run quite early on. With a little bit of a surprise. There might have been, probably would have, well, there would have been a single there because Andrea has run to the other end and back again. Throw not the strongest from short fine leg. Take it on the full by Bosch. That's going to probably beat the fit. No! Another valiant effort by Lucien Swartz. He had it. but parried it with the hands, and with the curvature of the boundary, it just ran into the fence. So Bosch gets a boundary to end the 12th over, 88 for 2.
Not good. Still one more ball remaining in the over. But that was not a good ball from Kiara Fisher. Ball over pitch. You can say that was her first full-fledged poor delivery in what has been a really good spell so far from the spin bowler. And if Bosch is not going to miss out on that.
Switching to around the wicket now, Fisher. Same shot though by Bosch. And Swartz does the fielding again. That now is the end of the over, 85 for 2. And the Titans need 60 to win off 48 balls.
Annika Bosch making Kiara Fisher's life a little bit difficult in that over. She's also coming over the wicket. Bosch was in on her. She had her lines in early, position early. And she basically battered Kiara Fisher back to the around the wicket line where she overpitched and got swept away for 4. Her sweep shots are what's making the difference here. Mia Naismith, she didn't pull out any of those ones. And since she's so strong and comfortable on the sweep shots, with the ball coming already straight down on her legs, and with it being a little bit full as well, she's just easy on the sweep shots, and it's working for her, Bosch.
Lucian Swartz had a busy previous over on the deep square leg boundary, and now she has to bowl the 13th over from the Henops River end. It's gone well so far, 2 overs, 1 for 12. Strike bowler back to try and see if they can nip out Bosch here.
Important. Really wants to strike whilst the iron is hot, but now it has grown too much. Partnership being 14. Annika Bosch hasn't looked any sort of phased. She's added 12 from those 14 runs. If anything, Ken, it's been Pura Andreu who's been looking a little bit twittish in this partnership, despite the fact that she's been out there for over 5 overs of her batting.
As you said earlier, just important that she keeps the scoreboard ticking over so as to not to place unnecessary pressure on Bosch. Not that Bosch can't handle pressure, of course. She's an international beginner. Nice, easy one for her.
Was able to get a boundary the previous over from Kiara Fisher. That's what Mia Naismith was doing really well. She was getting a boundary almost every over that she was batting, and it kept that equation very much in check. Equation now differential of 12.
A little bit of a heave across the line by Andrea. She gets 1. At the start of the innings, the Fidelity Titans needed to score 7.25 runs to the over to win the game. That dropped to below 7 when Andrea, and in particular Mia Naismith in her 24 balls, when they were going well. Smith's dismissal has seen it rise again to 7.6. Right for over, nicely over the top by Annika Bosch, mid-off in the ring, and watches the ball go over her head for 4.
It's a very important boundary from Annika Bosch. Hitting it over the mid-off, and this is what the field wants you to do. If you're going to take on the offside, hit me over the top if you dare. And Annika Bosch has been out there for 15 deliveries. She's starting to get her eye in after being dropped. 52 from 43.
Good comeback by Swartz, just putting her length back a bit to end the 13th over. 93 for 2, and the Titans need 52 off 42 balls.
It's the first time since that partnership that was going so swimmingly for the Titans between Smith and Andreu. It's the first time we're seeing that rate achieved, their current run rate being lesser than the run rates that they need to score at. You spoke about it. At one point in time, they just needed to score less than 7 runs to the over. They were going 2 runs more than what they needed to go. And now they're just slightly falling behind. Nunnery Dirksen, she's going to come in to put in more pressure. This partnership now worth 21 runs. They need 52 from 42.
Henry Dirksen doesn't bowl that much for the Proteas, but definitely at this level, she's a proper all-rounder. 25 wickets in her 2020 career. Average of just 18 and economy of 5.73. Good start, but Andre gets it off the inside half of the bat for 1.
I think at this point, that's exactly what Pura Andre needs to do. Just get the 1. Because even they generated a lot of power through the shot, but still just didn't get enough bites from the bat. From the previous boundary from Annika Bosch. It's none like that for her. Now 17 from 16. Side again, extra cover.
Nicely driven. Pass cover for 4 by Annika Bosch. Crisply struck as Dirksen just over-pitched a fraction.
She gets inside the line of the ball as well, Annika Bosch. It was a very straight delivery. It was actually moving back in towards her. So she opens up her front leg, just gets inside the line of the ball to carve that through. It's a very good shot. To just play that with her wrists. Superb placement and timing.
Almost just a punch from Annika Bosch. She knows you just have to clear the inner ring here, and most times it'll run away for 4. No need to overhit. It's a decent bit of fielding at backward point by Kiara Fisher.
Zendekula has had really tough balls coming her ways to try and stop. She's done good jobs. Then some of them get struck far too well. That's very good from Bosch. And the fielding hasn't been half bad at all from the Gardenwood Badgers. Just one slightly dropped catch, which was very difficult. Smashed by Bosch straight to Kiara Fisher. But apart from that, their fielding efforts, even when the ball does go for a boundary, you can see that they are throwing all of their hearts into it. Sometimes the batting is just that good.
Oh, it's lashed away, but the cover sweeper moves swiftly and does the fielding there, Julia Hole. Bosch certainly laid into that one.
Starting to look ominous here. Annika Bosch getting into her full stride, 22 from 20. And even the balls are finding the fielders. The crunching sound of the bat is just so sweet.
Pace taken off, lofted out to long on. It'll take some catching. Beautifully taken. What a fantastic effort by Isel Cilliers, running in and diving forward to get the wicket of Pura Andro for 32.
That is a phenomenal catch from Isel Cilliers. Can't get her out of the game. It's her second catch right now. And Pura, she was feeling the weight of her wicket. But that is a super effort. That is incredible from Isel Cilliers. Not only a fantastic batter, a great fielder, diving to her right, diving forward. It's a diagonal dive, and it works. 3 wickets down now for the Titans, ladies. 99 runs, they need 46.
So Andro falls for 32 off 37 balls. And I was wondering if we'd see Elise Marie Marks come in with just 6 overs remaining, 46 needed. But it's going to be the wicketkeeper, Tebogo Masheke, who comes to the wicket with 46 runs needed off the last 6 overs. Let's take another look at this dismissal and the wonderful catch by his Alceliers.
Really good work. Taking the catch fantastically. Macheke, she took a good catch herself whilst she was in the field. She's out there because of an even better effort from his Alceliers. But Annika Bosch is going to be on strike now. 46 needed from 36.
And we see a bowling change. It's Giselle Abrahams who's coming in for the first time. Interesting move in the 15th over of the innings. The big spin, over pitched. Just set. Oh, watch the spin. Watch the spin. She overran it. It's a deep square leg. And Abrahams concedes 4. First delivery, a bit unfortunate there. 100 up for the Titans, and it's taken just 88 deliveries.
It is unfortunate for the fielder. Incredibly well swept from Annika Bosch.
Shot.
Oh, has it cleared middle, back pedaling. Kula has taken it. It's a massive wicket again for the Badgers. And well done to the Southwestern Districts team, A, for bringing on the spinner for the first time in the 15th over.
3 new batters.
And then B, for just laying the carrot there, mid-off in the circle, enticing Annika Bosch to go over the top. And she couldn't clear the lanky Sentle Kula, the captain, who's come up with this plan, and credit to her, backpedaling, taking the catch. And that's a massive wicket at this stage of the innings.
Hit a boundary with the first ball. She was looking to hit another boundary with the next one. This time hitting it with the spin. Giselle, leg spinner. She bowled it tantalizingly full. Bang, she's trying to go over the top. Just not really getting to the ball. We've seen a couple of those shots from her, and they've been working well. Annika Bosch that time falling a bit short. She couldn't find a taller fielder than Zintle Kula. They're going to need 42 runs from 34. This is going to get interesting now.
Even more interesting that it's still not Elise Marie Marks, it's Masabata Class. She is a very capable batter, though, certainly an all-rounder at this level. Has won some games at the death for the Titans, but perhaps speaks to Marks being a bit low on confidence with the bat at the moment. So 42 needed off 34 balls. 2 new batters at the crease and all defense from Masabata Class.
Still have the teenager Simone Lawrence as well. Very capable player. Under 19 South Africa representative. Emerging South Africa representative. Still waiting at number 8.
Catch it. It's beaten the diving mid-wicket for 1. Class.
Lawrence even has a first-class List A century versus the Lions, who are the defending champions. A spectacular 116. So these players, very capable for the Titans. One of the more stacked sides in the country. But right now, they are sniffing a defeat versus the bottom of the log team. Can they work themselves back? 41 from 32.
Catch. The sweep is a little bit top-edged, but it'll bounce well short of cow corner. Shaky off the mark as well now.
Younger sister of the current umpire. Umpire Khotato Macheke. Standing, watching, saying, "My sister, if you don't."
Oh, that's gone horribly wrong. It'll be a no ball for height. And I hope Abrahams is okay. She stayed down in the middle of the pitch. She just seemed to slip in the popping crease and the ball ballooned out of her hand. Masabata Class must have played a bit of tennis in her life. She did well to get her bat on it, but couldn't beat fine leg. There will be a free hit for the Titans after this delivery. The physio is just out there Checking on Giselle Abrahams.
Not good seeing a player going down. Especially since she's bowled quite a decent over here, Giselle Abrams. That 4 runs in the first over, then the first ball versus Annika Bosch kick from courtesy of a great sweep. Then she got her in the very next ball. And for a leg spinner, we're seeing really good control. And I love the fact that we're starting to see more leg spinners come through as well.
Definitely. Especially Naidu. The Dolphins, probably the leading leg spinner in the country at the moment. But definitely an art we want to see more of in our women's domestic cricket, as well as left-arm quick bowlers. Well, flight by Reb Sky. Can Abrams get there? No, she can't. Free hit. Free hit anyway. Doesn't matter. That perhaps explains the lack of urgency between the bowler and the wicketkeeper.
15 overs gone at 106 for 4. But just before I leave, it's very good to see those leg spinners come through. Seeing a 16-year-old Gabriel Sekera, the Dragons have Tuto Tiberi, who just left the Lions themselves with Captain Komato Rahor. So it's a good category of spin bowlers. And here we have Giselle Abrams as well. So good talent here for Mandla Mashibi, the coach, to make decisions on as time goes. In comes Pilasandra Slava for commentary.
And Kiara Fisher will bowl her fourth and final over with 39 runs needed by the Titans, or 30 deliveries. Good time one fancies for the spinners as 2 new batters at the crease. South African batters often battle to work spin around for the ones. Here's Fisher bowling to Belfort Macheke. The Titans bat quite deep. Even Gabriel Sequeira at number 9 has made. And so it's nicely swept by Macheke in the gap between the 2 leg side fielders and away for 4. A very timely boundary. Second ball of the over.
Yeah, super shot. It's a great exponent of the sweep shot is Tebogo Machege. Swept a number of deliveries since he got to the crease, and it's a really super powerful sweep shot. Picks the gap on the onside, split those fielders. It's a good boundary. Needed one for the Titans.
Bit short from Fisher. Cut. Is it through the gap? It is again. And a big chase on here. Oh, valiant effort. No, she hasn't. It's another 4. So back-to-back boundaries for Tebogo Masheke via a sweep and the cut shot, and that releases a lot of pressure.
It does.
It's over.
It does release a lot of pressure, Ken Borland, because when you look at it from a situation point of view, from a season point of view, losing those 2 wickets would have put the Titans in a bit of a deja vu sort of situation where they've commanded the game and then let it slip. It's a good boundary that for Tebogo Macheke. 2 consecutive ones. 31 from 27 needed now. So still very much manageable. Still very much in front of the game. The Fidelity Titans.
Fisher switching to around the wicket. No change in the field though. Boundary field is at square leg, cow corner, long on and long off. I was saying about Gabrielle Sequeira, slated to come in at number 9, 16-year-old. She's played 3 T20 internationals for Portugal and made 2 half centuries in those games. Actually struck down to long off for 1.
She has a good cricketing foundation, Gabriela Sequeira. And you look at her and you look at, she's gone with both bat and ball. In fact, with the ball mostly for the Fidelity Titans. Look at her and you say, well, she's batting at number 9, youngster, but has international experience. look at it and you say, this Fidelity Titans side shouldn't be where they are on the log.
Dot ball to end the over. So 115 for 4 after 16 overs. 30 runs required off the last 4 overs.
Bode well, Kiara Fisher. It's a good spell that. Still a lot of work to do for Glass and Macheke. Cheke's got 2 boundaries to her name, so she started off very well.
Badger's really backing a spin here.
Guess it's a ploy of trying to slow down the pace, especially now in the death overs where pace could be the difference. Inside edge goes through the keeper for 4. Outside edge, it goes past the keeper for 4. So I'm asking the Titans batters to be the ones that are generating the pace off the ball. It's a good single from Klaas and Machege.
Well, if Kula had made a direct hit there, it might have been close. Kula is one of the seam bowlers. She's the leading bowler in the competition so far. She's got 3 overs remaining. Mate's got 3 overs left. Dirkson's got a couple. So there are options in terms of pace for the Badgers, but they're going with Abrams at the moment with her loopy leg spin.
Yeah, you'd imagine one of Kula and Mate will have to bowl. Oh, top edge, and just over Zintle Kula pedaling back. Run well though. They pick up 2, Klaas and Macheke.
Yeah, it's enticing stuff, and Kula keeping herself in the circle at mid-off. She's taken 1 crucial catch there already, and that was nearly a second.
Oh, how far will this go? Good work from Fine Leg. It's a teasing chase here at SuperSport Park. You need to catch up to it very quickly before it gathers momentum on the outfield.
Masheke managed to get that fine. Jansa van Rensburg did well to haul it back in just before the rope.
Yeah, the lack of pace working at the moment for the 6-gun Grill Garden Route Badgers. 21 for 4. Still 24 needed from 18 deliveries. It's going to go right down to the wire here, Ken Borland.
Just 6 runs off the over, which is a little bit below the asking rate. So they now need 24 off 3 overs. 8 and over now required.
Who's got the ball in hand? Looks like it's Mate who has to bowl. Keep up. Mika Derrida. Good ploy. Change-ups is what she'll go to here. Seeing that the spinners have good success in terms of keeping the rate of scoring to a very minimum. Good start. Off-pace delivery first up.
Badgers will certainly take run and ball. 23 needed off 17. But for Titans, still favourites with 6 wickets in hand. Just a couple of boundaries here and there. And that'll break the back of this chase. It's a pity Mate couldn't field that off her own bowling. Bowling well, just paced off, nice and straight. Difficult to get away. Low bounce as well.
Good ploy this from Badgers. This over is so crucial. Needs to go less than 6 into the fielder. Very good. Needs to go for less than 6 here, Ken, because look at it, when you bowl the penultimate over, that one also becomes crucial. If you can keep the next 2 overs to a minimum of 12, 6 each, you've got a lot to work with going into the final over of the game. Good, very good from Mate.
Brilliant over so far, no question. Just singles off the first 4 deliveries. Running very well to her field. And those boundary riders at deep cover, long off, long on, and cow corner.
Inside edge. Will this one race away to the boundaries? A long chase for Fine Leg. Does well to pull it in before it gets to the boundary rope. Pick up 2, Macheke and Glass.
Well, 18 needed off 13, and one fancies the Titans need a boundary here. Because if they just get a single, it's 17 off 2, which could be very tricky.
Fine Leg third up in the circle. Oh, offside. It's just the single. It's a good return then for Kayakazi Mate. It's the 18. 128 for 4. 17 needed from 12.
Well, just 6 runs off the 18th over, and we saw Masabata Class do a similar job with the ball in the Badgers innings. Conceded just 2 runs and took a wicket in the 18th over. That really just killed their momentum. And Kayakazi Mate, fantastic over, has left the Titans needing 17 off 12 balls. Zintle Kula, the best bowler in the tournament so far, captain of the Badgers, steps up to bowl the penultimate over, which many people believe is the most important one in a T20 match. How many can she leave? Probably Mate, you would imagine, in the last over. Boundary fielders at long off, long on, cow corner and deep cover again.
Straight to the fielder again. I think this is a good field. Good field, really good field this. Horses Macheke and Glass to take the risk of going across line of the delivery. Take it onto the onside if they want to get a boundary. There's fine.
And the length has been so good by the Badgers in these last couple of overs. Difficult to manufacture something behind the wicket with that length. Difficult to get it through square leg where there's a gap, square leg in the ring. So this is excellent from the Badgers here at the death so far. 15 needed of 10.
Boulder! Zintle Kula doing the job for the 6-gun grill Garden Route Badgers. And it's a huge wicket. It's Masamata Class who has to depart. And crucially, Ken Boland, it's a dot ball in the penultimate over.
And it's a brilliant delivery. Knocking over leg stump. If not a Yorker, very close to it. That's where you want to bowl at this stage of the innings. Just see the replay. Gets it right up there. And Class trying to hit it through the leg side. Bowled for 8. 130 for 5 and 15 needed. Off just 9 balls now. As Elise Marie Marks, the big hitter, the finisher, the batter who has won many games for the Titans in the past, comes to the wicket midway through the penultimate over.
This is tight. This is really tight now. Spoke about putting in a complete full performance, the Fidelity Titans at the toss under Annika Bosch. They've been ahead almost the whole way in this contest, especially chasing with the bat. A strong power play. The middle overs were negotiated relatively well, but it's the depth now that is looking a little bit tricky for the home side. Intlekula and the Badgers have really come back into this contest. The dot ball.
Well, the Titans really need to get a few runs off these last 2 deliveries. 15 still needed. Just 2 balls left in the 19th over. Anything more than 12 off the last is going to be very tough.
Excellent over this from Intlekula so far. He's picked up the wicket. He's only conceded the 3 runs. It's the value of an in-batter at this stage of the game, Ken. You look at it, they had Naismith who got off to a really good start. Andreu was really good also, 32. Bosch also came in with a cameo, but none of them were able to stick around until this crucial point of this run chase. Excellent over from the Garden Route Badgers captain Intlekula. A wicket and 3 runs, 131 for 5. We're into the final 6 deliveries of this contest. They still need 14, the home side.
Well, Intlekula is an experienced campaigner, 33 years old. But just to a clarity of thought here at the death, both as captain, in terms of keeping the spinners on to bowl over 16 and 17 against fresh batters, was a master stroke. And then just in that over she bowled there as well, just knowing exactly what she wanted to do with the ball, sticking to a simple plan. And she has put her team on the verge of victory here. 14 needed off the last over. Marks is on strike against Kazamata, and you just think both Smith and Bosch in total control and in getting out against spin, hitting out in the air and falling victim, falling into the trap, if you like.
Mate with the last over. Dot ball to start it. Pressure mounting on the Fidelity Titans and for Elise Marie Marks. 14 from 5.
Great delivery, right up in the block hole. Not much Marks could do with that.
On the wicket. She'll get just the single. Good result for the Badgers. They need a boundary, Ken. And they need a maximum just to alleviate the pressure on that first dot ball, and now a single.
Perhaps Masheke can manufacture something behind the wicket.
She does. It'll run away to the boundary for 4. It's an important boundary for the Fidelity Titans. Deboho Masheke, the big fist bump from a batting partner, Elise Marie Marks.
Well, crucial boundary. That's where the space is. Third man and fine leg, both in the circle. And Mate, you do kind of have an idea where she's going to bowl. And that one just not quite in the block hole, allowing Masheke to get the scoop out. Well batted, Masheke. She played a good hand here. 22 of 16 deliveries.
Need another boundary. K only gets a dot. Good return. Good return from Mate. 9 of 2.
She bowled that one even slower. Hung it out there, wide outside off stump. Excellent bowling by Mate. Just needs to finish the job now.
This has to go to the boundary. No other way. It has to go to the boundary. It won't go to the boundary. The 6-gun grill, Garden Route Badgers have literally pulled this result out of the fire. 9 from 1. She has to keep her foot behind that line.
And not bowl a no ball for height. That's the other problem. Or a wide. She won't want to have to bowl another delivery after this one.
Final one. Beautiful from the Garden Route 6-gun grill Badgers. And they've also got a wicket from the last ball. What a brilliant victory this is. They look dead and buried in that power play when Miane Smith and Pura Andreu were going guns blazing. But they brought it back nicely in the middle overs. The spin from Kiara. That's an amazing victory. This on the road. Never easy coming to SuperSport Park and coming away with a victory. But this side has been able to do it. And again, the Fidelity Titans, after having control for so long, they let it slip. It's a result that is unwanted. It's a result that, well, it dents their Pro Series season in quite a big way.
Well, the Titans needed just 30 runs off the last 4 overs with 6 wickets in hand, and unfortunately we're not up to the task. One has to say, though, tremendous bowling, thinking and fielding at the death by the Garden Route Badgers, who will now climb off bottom place on the log. They move 1 place ahead of the Fidelity Titans, winning by 8 runs. It's been a thrilling game here at SuperSport Park. And
confirmation of the results. 6-gun grill Garden Route Badgers women win by 9 runs. 144 for 6 plays, 136 for 6. Daxon was absolutely amazing for them to get them to what seemingly was a below par total. But in the end, it was enough. That partnership between herself and Nadine Moodley was so good. Zelson Years came in and put on the finishing touches. And with the ball, Masabata Glass was excellent. 1 for 14 in her 4 overs. Elise Marie Marks 1 for 26. Fortunate. The Fidelity Titans couldn't get over the line. Miane Smith was really good inside that 6-over power play. Came out with great intent. 34 from just 24 deliveries, and Pura Andreu 32 from 27. The end, it was the 6-gun grill Garden Route Badgers who were able to hold their nerve and get the result on the road, winning by 8 runs here at SuperSport Park. Your thoughts on proceedings, Ken Borland?
well, yeah, I think the Titans, the key factors there, both Miane Smith and Annika Bosch were going at better than a runner ball and looked in firm control. Both of them failed to go on, though, past the 15th over. And that was the key. It just left them vulnerable at the death to some really excellent bowling by the Badgers. Highlights in terms of the bowling attack. Lucian Swartz, 1 for 20 in 3 overs. She bowled a very good over at the death as well. Sinclair Kula, a brilliant penultimate over from her. She finished with 1 for 14 and 2. Marta, who went for 14 runs in her first over, then bowled 2 overs for 12 at the death and picked up the key wicket of Tiboko Masheke. Nicolene Janssen van Rensburg, a good job, just 21 runs or 4 overs. Annery Dirksen did a job too, 1 for 14. Spin, Kiara Fisher, her 4 overs, 1 for 24, was a key factor, and she got the wicket of Mia Smith, which really started to turn things around for the Badgers. And then a very brave move, Giselle Abrahams came on to bowl the 15th over and got rid of Annika Bosch.
Yeah, and in the end, it's a really good Hollywoodbets Pro20 series win for the 6-gun grill Garden Route Badgers. It's been great bringing you all the action here on the CSA YouTube channel. It's the 6-gun grill Garden Route Badgers will win by 8 runs, and when we return, Pendulo Mokubani will have the post-match presentation. For myself, Ken Boland, it's a very good afternoon.
Peter, thanks, man.
Lovely.
You hanging around?
Yeah, I'm hanging out.
Yeah, I like that. Have a good lunch.
Oh,
Why not?
why not?
and gentlemen, the game is done, and you can see smiles on faces for the 6-gun Golden Root Badgers as they won the match. But the match was won through some awesome contributions, especially from the lady next to me, whom you will know, Annerie Dirksen, man of the match, half century and a wicket. Annerie, first game of the season after you've traveled around with the Proteas. How's it like coming in for the first game and helping your team to their first victory in the T20s?
Yeah, I think it was pretty cool. Awesome to be out in SuperSport Park. Yeah, I think it's the first win for the team this season as well, so we are pretty happy to get our first T20 victory. But I think without being too negative, it was probably far from a complete performance for us. And yeah, we'll definitely go back and look at the negatives, but also some really great positives to take out of this game.
Speaking about those great positives, that partnership between yourself and Nadine going for over 85 runs, it wasn't easy starting off. You guys played it very slow, but what was the conversation throughout the progression of the 12 overs?
Yeah, knowing that it's a double header, we probably knew that there would be something in it for the bowlers up front. So I think, yeah, me and Nate just sort of said, like, we'll take whatever we can get, but not try and manufacture anything. And I think, yeah, it paid off at the end. I actually thought we were about 30 short in the end there. Good batting wicket. But a lot of credit, I think, has got to go to Kayakaze Mate and Zintle Mali there at the end. They bowled exceptionally well. I think all our bowlers hit their steps today, and yeah, exceptional performance from them.
Don't bowl much for the Proteas, but when you come here, you show your magic. How was it like bowling after you've just said yourself that it was a good batting wicket? And you did pretty decently as well.
Yeah, I think on these good batting wickets, it's probably more important to sort of set a field and bow to a field, and probably cricket smarts comes into it a lot. Not that I'm saying I've got great cricket smarts, but yeah, I think if you just keep it simple and build to a plan, more often than not work out great for you. So yeah, fortunate that it came off today. Some great fielding from Izal to take that catch. So yeah, definitely not an individual performance, but a team performance, and yeah, very grateful to get the wicket through.
Fantastic, Annerie. We have your check to come through, so that we can represent your player of the match. Fantastic innings. Miss Annerie Dirksen will be presented by her captain, Miss Zintle Kula. Please come on closer this side.